Hello, everyone. Welcome to Wanderer's Haven. We have a very special evening for you. It's not Wednesday, and yet my face is on the screen running a game. What is happening here? But more importantly than all of that, what is happening with all of these other wonderful, beautiful faces that I have on the screen with me tonight? Because at my virtual table, I have a plethora of talent to hopefully make this the best game it could possibly be, because it's certainly not going to be because of me. Let us dive right into things, though, shall we? I hope you are all having a wonderful day. We have to get through a couple of quick announcements first. We've got a bunch of shows coming up. I don't know if any of you guys knew that. There's things happening in the future, and we're going to tell you all about those awesome things happening in the future at the end of tonight's stream. We're not going to bother you with that now, but it is worth mentioning that we love fan roll dice because they are awesome. In fact, Beth is going to show off some of their dice because Beth managed to pick some up. They're awesome. We love Fanroll. And also, I personally, and I know a couple of the other people here at the table with me, also love Tabletop Audio. Tabletopaudio.com. They are the ones that are providing us with our awesome music for tonight. Absolutely love all of their work. They have a ton of free stuff on their website for you to bring all kinds of awesome musical things to your tables, virtual and otherwise, if you so choose. And then I personally just want to give a huge shout out and thank you to Jeremy, the guy that actually built this channel and is graciously allowing me to get to tell the tales that I want to tell in my own homebrew world of Ysterra. More about all of that stuff in a little bit. Let's introduce you to all of these fine people here. We are going to start off with someone who I'm pretty sure is a human. Andrew, are you a human person?
Yeah, I'm Andrew, a human person. And I am playing tonight a halfling rogue named Pinch.
Lovely, lovely. We will get to learn more about Pinch in just a little bit. And Annika, who are you and who are you playing tonight?
Yeah, so I am Annika, and I'm going to be playing Bucket, a forged creature who's here to help folks out, I suppose you could say.
At least do heavy lifting.
Yep.
Because I'm pretty sure your character has the best strength in the group.
Oh God, is that promising? I don't know.
We'll find out. And then we've got the one, the only, the illustrious Beth Mazco here.
Well, hey. Yeah, I'm Beth, that Beth, and tonight I am playing Wendelin Trelu, who goes by Rivet in this group, and she's a half-elf bard.
Indeed. By far the prettiest of the bunch, because look who comes next. The man, the myth, the legend, Bleak? How did I get you to come finally to play Ysterra with me?
You were like, hey, you want to come play Ysterra with me? And I was like, yeah, sure.
Yeah. That checks out.
Why complicate matters? I'm Bleakseason, and I am playing tonight Pocket, the gnome artificier who specializes in, let's just call them semi-legal approaches to the artificer trade.
So you're not doing much of a stretch in your role-playing tonight? Anyway.
I never do.
Hello, everyone. I am Miko, otherwise known as the OKSGM, and I get to play everything else in this game tonight, besides the characters these lovely people are playing. And I think it's time that we dive right in and actually get to the game itself. What do you guys think about all of that? You good to go for that?
Yeah.
Let us dive right in. So, I need to welcome you all to Ysterra. It is a mesmerizing world of magic and grandeur that sits on the cusp of a monumental transformation. It is home to incredible creatures and a diverse range of civilizations, all under the watchful eyes of the Ascendant, divine beings that emerged throughout Ysterra's history in excuse me. In Ysterra's infancy, a dying god sowed its celestial power into the very planet itself, fostering the birth of these ascendant. The divine guardians, as they are, have emerged throughout the evolution of the world, and they have dedicated their existence to protecting it from threats from the multiverse, and also to help guide the evolution of Ysterra and her people. Nestled in a binary star system, Ysterra basks under the luminescent glow of the suns Ysterra and Orin, who paint a riot of colors across the sky. It orbits these twin stars in a prolonged 4-year cycle, resulting in some lengthy and intense seasons, and Ysterra's companions in this orbit are its 3 moons, Lunara, Lunaris, and Lunarin, each with their own unique allure that cause tempestuous seas due to their gravitational influence, turning sea travel into a particularly lethal endeavor for most of the world. There are 8 major continents that have all their own life and cultures distinct from one another, but here we're going to be talking a little bit about one continent, Saris, the largest. It has diverse ecosystems, over 30 civilizations, and possesses some of the most vibrant places that you will ever visit in all of the world, from the imposing Aelris Mountains to the tranquil inland sea of Ventresca. It is not only an epicenter of life and culture, but also has a vast array of biomes and natural beauty. At the heart of this continent, the development of magical artifice, a synthesis of magic and technology, holds the promise of an impending industrial revolution, capable of bridging distances and cultures like nothing before in history. The Ascendant, sired by the divine essence of the dying god, have surfaced intermittently to steer Ysterra's course, and their influence has indelibly changed and shaped the world's breathtaking landmarks and mystical creatures, but not without occasional calamitous repercussions. The most dramatic of these was the Illuvance, cataclysmic event that reshaped Saris's landscape, destroying the prominent kingdom of Ventresca, claiming tens of millions of lives and decimating nearly half of the world's elven population. Cause of this catastrophe is still a mystery, although whispers attribute it to the Ascendant's unchecked influence. In the aftermath of the Illuvance, now a millennia past, we have seen a reshaped world. In place of the Lost Kingdom, there now lay the vast inland sea of Ventresca, teeming with magical waters that defy the tidal forces which caused the rest of the Prime Sea to be so chaotic. It's also led to the Ascendant limiting their direct intervention in this mortal realm. They have retreated to a demiplanar sanctum that rests, the doorway to which rests atop the highest mountain peak in all of Ysterra. Their retreat has fostered a seismic shift in the societal landscape of the world, witnessed in the dwindling of religious organizations, but it also carved a path for the forthcoming magical industrial revolution. The Ascendant, though less directly involved, continue to serve as vigilant protectors of Ysterra, protecting against the vast threats of the multiverse and watching from afar as their legacy weaves itself into the fabric of Ysterra's history, geography, and destiny. And as we pull away from the grand tapestry of Ysterra's continents and seas, our focus narrows. Within a coastal inlet along the Sea of Ventresca exists the city-state of Amana. Once a simple farming township, it now stands as a beacon for scholars, adventurers, and merchants worldwide. Following the cataclysmic Illuvance, Amana was transformed from its simple roots into a coastal city. Post-Illuvance, an influx of historians, refugees, and treasure seekers brought diversity and a sense of purpose to Amana, leading to the establishment of the Hearthbound Assembly, a parliament of 51 elected representatives that govern the city-state and ensure its stability. Amana, revered for its connection to the lost kingdom of Ventresca, hosts numerous museums and historical societies dedicated to unearthing and preserving this ancient heritage. Central to these efforts is the Grand Archive of Lost Epochs, attracting researchers from all over Ysterra. Furthermore, the city's whispers of sunken cities and hidden treasures have drawn adventurers and guilds, such as the Deep Current Explorers and the Saltwind Scavengers, often seen preparing for their next expedition down into the depths of the Sea of Entreskel. At Imana's heart lies the vibrant port district, a hub of commerce, exploration, and cultural exchange overseen by the Dockmaster's headquarters. The Hearthbound Assembly, Imana's governing body, focuses on preserving the rich history, fostering economic growth, and upholding the city's reputation as a cultural and knowledge hub. Imana is a testament to resilience and a gateway to the mysteries hidden beneath the waves. Its warm, welcoming community forms the city's heart, with each citizen contributing to its enduring spirit, whether it's the diligent divers, the tireless traders, or the visionary leaders of the Hearthbound Assembly. Everyone upholds the allure of Imana, making it not just a destination, but a place one can truly call home. For our band of not-so-merry adventurers, however, Imana has not been offering the same industrious opportunities that it once did. Daring explorers in past years, they have now been reduced to worn shadows of their former selves. Huddled in a dingy tavern in Imana, we find them with coin purses that are alarmingly light, and their spirits as dark as the ale that they drink. Their recent endeavors, empty caves instead of treasure troves, illusory beasts instead of mythical foes, delves with no reward at the end, had worn them down, and all but the most lucrative contracts seem to have dried up, and the grim reality of their dwindling funds casts a long shadow over their table. The prospect of abandoning their adventuring life grows more tangible with each passing day. Will they have to return to the mundane lives they left behind, their dreams of grandeur now mere tales in taverns? Let's see, shall we? Beth, Andrew, and Annika. We find Rivet, Bucket, and Pinch gathered around the table, perhaps a little bit of sobbing into their drinks, as it were. And please do us all a favor and describe yourselves to each other and to the audience at hand, please. Andrew, why don't you start us off?
Sure. Pinch is leaning back in her chair, really bored. She's kind of fiddling with a bronze coin that she kind of carries around with her for good luck, and she's heavy sighing a lot, almost to the point where it's a little bit annoying. And yeah, she doesn't want to go back to pickpocketing and thieving to get by.
Nice. And Annika, could you please describe Bucket for us?
Standing off beside the table is a 4-foot 5-inch forged fellow who is kind of humming and hawing, fiddling with his fingers as he wears a long classic leather outfit with a classic leather trench coat and a beautiful leather hat. And at his side, you may see a rapier with delicately formed fingerlings, I suppose you could call them, at the hilt. And just you hear muttering under his breath, the odds are not good.
Lovely. And the ironically named Rivet, because that's a name I would have associated with a forged, I guess. Beth, can you tell us about Rivet?
Yes, it's because she's riveting, Miko.
Now I get it.
Yeah. So Rivet is strikingly tall compared to her compatriots at a solid 5'2". She is sort of just hunched at the table with just the dregs of a drink. This is the best it's going to be for the day. She's got a viol sitting on the table and just feels a bit distraught.
Well, as the three of you are sitting there melancholy, not really exchanging words, maybe a glance or a sigh between each other, there is a burst of activity as a short gnome comes flying into the seedy tavern, kicking the door open, letting in a bunch of light, getting cursed at by everyone else who's also morbid and sad, drinking into their drinks in this tavern that waters things down. And in comes running Pocket, seemingly excited about something, and comes rushing over to your table. Christian, could you tell us about Pocket, please?
Pocket comes in, the door blasts open, and he just stands there as if waiting for a spotlight to come down on him. A dashing gnome with a unruly mess of brown hair, a beautiful beard, a nice, just frighteningly purple long coat, bunch of pockets and bags and satchels and all sorts of things sort of everywhere, stands there and goes, "I've got it! I got it! I got the idea! I got it! We're set! We're good! We're good! I got it! I got the idea!" In fact...
Is this like last time, though, or is this a real idea?
Or
Why are you
perhaps
disparaging
Master
my
has
idea?
had too many beverages.
No, I got just gather around, my glum chums, gather around. Oh, where's my drink? Never mind that. I got
It is here, Master.
Oh, Bucket, can always count on you. All right, look, I got the idea. In fact, I didn't get the idea. It was Bucket's idea, but it's genius.
My idea.
Yeah, it was your idea. Remember that time a couple months ago? Remember that time we put the confetti bag, and we put the glitter dust, and we put the diametrium bomb in your storage butt, the broad undercarriage transport trap? And well, the diametrium bomb exploded. Remember that? That was genius! And that's what we're gonna do.
We're going to do it again?
Yeah, but slight variation. We're not gonna do it in your butt. We're gonna do it in the in Caboodle's.
I
love butt
prefer
stuff.
this.
And somebody else's caboodle.
Okay, but that's that's a means, right? So like, what's the end here? Are we just blowing things up for?
What have I been talking about for the
Funsies?
past 3 weeks, guys?
Yep. Okay.
Have you forgotten the plan? You've forgotten the plan. They've forgotten the plan.
My pocket has been discussing his latest plot to refuel our funds, which are considerably lower with each growing day.
I honestly thought that was just like a tall tale that you were telling. I didn't.
What, the
think that was
masks?
serious. Yeah.
No, that's totally, hold on. He reaches into his pocket and he pulls out a little wooden ring and he puts it on his finger, and when he does, you can see that the little ring becomes kind of covered in what looks like charcoal and whatnot, and it kind of slides down along his finger, and then he starts drawing on the table, and as he does, it draws out in charcoal on the table, and he starts drawing a bunch of plans and things that make absolutely no sense, and you have no idea what he's drawing, but they look like they're very meaningful. Look, this is what we're going to do, right? We need cash, right? We need money, we need moolah, right?
Yeah.
So that's the situation, okay? But here's what we're going to do, right? I told you, in the museum, the Grand
Yes.
Archive of Lost. Are you following? The Grand Archive of Lost. You're following, right?
Yeah.
Yes,
right.
you have discussed the Grand Archive.
Right. The Asia Chronology Museum. They got this set of masks. These masks are priceless. Priceless artifacts. But those slobs, right, down at the museum haven't gone around to identifying them yet. Now there's a specialist coming into town tomorrow, maybe the day after, so the window of opportunity is pretty short here. If we want to get this done, we're going to have to get this done right now. But all we need to do is get into that museum, snatch those masks, and I got buyers lined up already. We're going to be set for the rest of our lives. And when we're all dead and Bucket's the only one who's still alive, because we've kicked the bucket and bucket has it. Anyways, bucket will still be set. Bucket will be the richest bucket that's ever bucketed in the world. At this point, like, the drawings really make no sense anymore, and there's like just like there's a tic-tac-toe board and a bunch of different things going on.
How
So you
much
see-
money is priceless?
Well, that's the whole thing about priceless, is that you can't count it. It's so much loot. You're going to be able to go back and do whatever you want. I'm going to be able to show up those idiots down at the Cogsworn Collective with a bunch of no-loads they were when they let me go, and then you're going to be able to go back and do whatever you want to go and buy your own island, your own country. I don't know. What do you want to do? You have dreams, right? Talk to me, Pinch. You got dreams, right?
I just want to eat. Hungry.
Oh, Bucket, can you get a sandwich? Do you guys still have a sandwich in the butt? Turn around.
Wait, I'm not sure.
Pulls open the little container. Oh yeah, here. Half a bagel. All yours.
Thank you.
No problem. Now, can you dream a little bigger, please? Now that your stomach's full.
Can I have a full sandwich?
All right, we'll get back to you later. Rivet, you got a dream, right, Rivet? You dream big, right? You're a big
Yes.
girl, you dream big. Come on.
Yes, I dream very big. Right now, though, a sandwich does sound very good. I know we of course there are things that I want that are grand and fantastic, but Pinch is right. We're all really just in need of some food and drink and like maybe some new clothes because this is rough. I mean we're in it, right? It's happening. We're desperate. I guess if these are such prized possessions, how are we supposed to actually get a hold of them? I mean, aren't they
That's what I'm saying. I got a plan.
okay?
But before we continue, Bucket, what are your dreams? Tell these two small dream having people here.
That's not fair. Bucket doesn't need to eat.
My dream. My pocket has never asked my systems this. Well, you, sir, are just looking at a simple forged. I don't know what I would look for in my dreams.
Are you telling me that you don't have dreams? Bucket, look, you're the best companion a inventor could have. You're brilliant, you're strong, you're completely willing to put yourself in front of danger, which I applaud. But I want you to have your own dreams and aspirations also. But just think about it. Get back to me later.
Fair enough, sir. My systems will process your query.
All right. So none of you have dreams, but you want money, right? Can we at least settle that?
Yeah.
All right, cool. So this is what we're going to do. The Grand Archive of Lost Epics will pay a whole whackload of coin for these masks. So all we got to do is go to the Asia Chronology Museum and get them. Now, of course, you're going to tell me, Bucket, they're going to have security in place, right? Yeah, they are, because, they're chumps, but they're not, chumps. So we're going to have to bypass the security. But that's where the ideas come in. The ideas are brilliant, all right? Are you following me? All right, I erased the table.
Smudge a bunch of
Flatten your arm.
charcoal. Yeah, use the condensation from a couple of the ale glasses to wipe it up.
The thing about this is, what was sticking to me, what was difficult was, how are we going to get into the Cogsworn Collective? Because the Cogsworn Collective are idiots, but they take security seriously. So in order to be able to get in there and get what we need, we're going to need some obscuring amulets. Sorry, we're getting the we're getting the obscuring amulets from the Coxhorn Collectives. In order to get those, we're gonna need some invisibility potions.
And where would we find those?
We're gonna get them from Caboodles. That's where Bucket's brilliant plan comes in.
The butt plan.
That's right.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. Okay. Look, I'll break it down easy. What we're gonna do is we're gonna go over to Caboodles. All right. Now they do have in there. I've been scoping it out. They do have what we need. All right. What we're going to do is read my notes. One of us. All right. So this is the need. We're going to need the distraction, and that's where the plan comes in. All right. They got one of the things they got down at the shop. They got a bag of holding, and that's the idea. They got a bag of holding. All right. So I've been going there and putting things in it. And now what we're going to do is that we are going to grab a dispelling stone off of one of the shelves, and we're going to toss it into a shelf with a whole bunch of magical items, including this bag of holding I have that I've been stuffing with magical crap for like the past 3 days. You're getting the picture here, the butt explosion, right? When that thing explodes, it's gonna be chaos in there. We're gonna use the chaos and the confusion. One of us, probably you, Pinch, because Pinch, that's kind of your thing. You're gonna slip in while the rest of us are like, oh my god, what's going on? Like that, and then think everything's going crazy, and you are going to grab the potions of invisibility.
Got it.
Next, we're gonna wait for the night to come in. We're gonna go over to the Coxhorn Collective. We're gonna use the potions of invisibility to get the obscuring amulets. And once we have the obscuring, it's like a multi-step plan here. I hope you're still following. Once we got the obscuring elements, then we're gonna go to the Asia Chronology Museum. We're gonna slip in. We're gonna grab the masks. We're gonna skedaddle before anyone's none the wiser. We're gonna sell them, make bank. Hopefully by that point you've all figured out what your dreams are, because you're gonna be able to afford them.
Honestly, it's the best plan you've had in a while, and I'm here for it.
That's because it wasn't my plan, it was Bucket's plan.
Yeah, exactly.
But sir, you should know the possibility of successfully finding these masks is approximately 3,720 to 1.
Bucket, what did I tell you? Never tell me the odds.
I am programmed to do what you told me to do.
Yeah, I've been meaning to reprogram that. I'll get around to it after. We'll have some money, we'll have some time on our hands. I'll kick that habit of yours. What do you say? You in?
Yes.
This'll get you sorted out.
Let's do it. I'm bored.
How's the bagel? Is the bagel any good?
It's a little stale, but it's food.
It's been in Bucket's butt for like going on a week now.
That's fair. Bucket, have you ever had a sandwich before?
I do not require sustenance, and my systems don't like your food.
Bucket is kind of an evolved organism. Bucket lives off of purely mental stimulation.
Yeah, but I don't technically need food all the time too, but eating is great.
It definitely has its upside. But look, we'll rob the magic shop, we'll rob the freaking Coxhorn Collective, we're gonna rob the museum, we're gonna sit and I'll take you out for breakfast. How's that?
Yep. Any hesitation
Sounds
that I
awesome.
had is now gone. So let's do this.
Okay, let's do it. Anyone need to go pick up anything or get anything done or anything sorted, or can we, because I like to get this done today. It's like I said, tomorrow morning may be too late.
I mean, what are we going to pick up? We don't have any money. This is it.
Let's
make
get
a
these
point.
worthless masks.
Priceless
Priceless.
mask.
Same thing.
Pinch.
Allegedly, there's a difference.
Well, once you're rolling in the fat loots, you're gonna know where the difference comes from. That's all I gotta say.
Well, let's go throw a rock. Is that the plan?
No, I'll
We
go
have to
over
check-
it again.
we
On the
have
way.
to
I'll go over it again on the way there. Come on.
You gotta,
Oh, hold
check
on.
his notes too.
I erased the table.
Oh, come on.
No one
Why,
could
Rick?
really read it anyway. It's fine.
That's right.
Pocket probably couldn't even read it. So yes, you gather yourselves up and you head out of this seedy, dark tavern, stepping into the light of day. The twin suns are still high enough in the sky that they cast their glorious orange and yellow hues across the skies. You wince a little bit for Rivet and Pinch having been inside for a few hours at this point. And you start making your way to Caboodle's shop of concoctions and curiosities. You figure you probably still have a couple of hours of daylight left, depending upon how long this job in Caboodle's takes. You might still have some daylight left before heading off to the Cogs. We'll see. But as you make your way, we get to zoom out a little bit and catch a glimpse of this fine city. Oop, maybe.
Maybe not.
Yep, there we go.
Ooh.
Catch a glimpse of this fine city of Emana. The many shops and businesses and sheer volume of people that exists here is astounding. Traversing the vast city-state is an easy enough task as long as you're willing to walk. It is extremely large, and those of you that have short legs might find the walking to Caboodles a little bit more cumbersome than others, but since you can't really afford any carriage or anything to take you there, walking is all you've got. When you arrive at Caboodle's shop of concoctions and curiosities,
One
you
moment,
see...
please. One
Oh,
moment,
sorry.
please. No, Rivet, you can't ride Bucket. How many times I got to tell you, you can't ride Bucket?
Yeah, but
No, those are not handholds.
the opportunity is
No,
right there.
They are not handholds.
It's so fun. It's like a unicycle. I love a unicycle.
No, you can't. I
Come
told you.
on.
No, we're not having this discussion again.
You are very harsh, Pocket. I like it.
You like it now.
One day. One day.
Maybe that can be your big dream.
Yes.
I mean, if you compensate Bucket.
I mean, oh, there's so much to think about here. I don't think
Right.
it's my big dream, but it's a dream now that I have. So,
Well, maybe you can build a big dream out of smaller dreams.
sure.
Bucket,
Damn
have
it,
you read-
Rivet, I am not a pony. I am a sophisticated forged machine.
That's fair. I'm sorry. I don't mean to be rude. It's just I like being able to see over the crowds, and it's just a nice leg up for me. And you're so strong.
Appreciated, Rivet.
I'll just get some stilts. Those are fun.
Good idea.
Anyway, on that note. Oh, thank you so much, Stacy.
Thank you, Stacey.
So,
Hey,
Stacy UK has graciously given someone, the party gets to choose who gets the advantage.
I think Bucket should have it because it was
Yeah.
Bucket's plan.
Yeah.
specifically Bucket's butt should have the advantage.
There
All
you
right.
go. Annika,
Next
you
combat.
have one advantage from Stacy UK. Thank you so much,
Yes.
Stacy.
Thank you, Stacy.
Nice.
So, as you travel, I'm sorry, I should ask, are you guys ready for me to continue? Shall I continue?
Oh.
Yeah.
We'll allow it.
Okay, thank you so much. As you guys travel to the heart of Amana, where we find Caboodle's shop of concoctions and curiosities, we see a magical emporium teeming with intrigue and charm. The shop is a riot of color, light filtering through large stained glass windows cast mesmerizing patterns on the eclectic collection within. The main chamber is a whirlwind of discovery, with shelves stretching upwards filled with an unimaginable array of books, trinkets, and perhaps even the occasional weapon. A spiral staircase leads to a mezzanine that teems with high shelves of even more curious objects, inviting adventurous patrons to ascend and explore. To one side of the shopkeeper's desk is a striking display case, a living tableau of potions. Bottles of varied sizes shimmer with luminescent hues, each a concentrated, humming pulse of magical potential. Opposite the display case, shelves of books hum with whispers of arcane knowledge, inviting eager minds to delve into their depths. In the less crowded nooks, selections of magical trinkets and wondrous items captures the attention of anyone that looks upon them, their understated hum a testament to hidden power. A visit to Caboodle's is an enchanting journey, with every corner revealing a new facet of the world's bounty. Arin Caboodle, the proprietress of Caboodle's shop of concoctions and curiosities, is a figure as enchanting as the wares she sells. A harangon of striking beauty, her soft white fur is impeccably groomed, giving her an almost ethereal aura. Her maroon-colored eyes, warm and inviting, sparkle with a mischief that reflects the playful wonder of her store. Arin's demeanor is a study in warmth and grace. She greets each customer with a sunny smile, her voice melodic and comforting as she moves around her shop. Her nimble paws select and showcase items with a practiced ease, her deep knowledge of everything that she has to sell shining through in her descriptions of what they all are. And as you step into Caboodle's shop, she, of course, sees you from afar. She has a handful of customers still, despite only being open a few hours left. She's tending to a few of them, but as she sees you enter, she just waves a hand and says, "I'll be with you in a minute. Please take your time, look around."
Aaron. No, guys, maybe this plan isn't a good plan after all. I mean, I don't want to damage Aaron's shop, and maybe it's not worth it, you know? Just for the money,
My pocket, if we do not gain funds, you will have to seek employment.
Yeah.
But I can't break her heart that way. She'll be devastated.
Okay,
I'll be blamed for it.
what if instead of blowing up a butt, we act with a bit more discretion and just take it and go?
I don't know. Do you think she would forgive thievery more easily than she would forgive wholesale destruction?
From a financial perspective, yes. But I don't know. This was your plan.
I know, but now that
didn't
I'm
think
seeing her
about
again,
this.
I'm all like,
Oh man.
look,
Sometimes I just don't understand human behavior.
it's those ears.
I know.
We could just do this and then, leave and then just never come back.
And never gaze upon Aaron again?
You just meet new people. You go somewhere else, you start somewhere fresh, you don't have to.
She's not a bagel that you let go for the fresher bagel that just happens to be walking down the street, Pinch. I mean, look at
Well,
it.
Pocket, there are actually chances of 448 others of her species on this city.
Your odds are meaningless. Only one in a bazillion chance. Could a creature of such grace and beauty and wit and intelligence and charm be created, her like will never be seen again. Not until we are all 20th level or more.
Do you have a crush on her? Is that what this is?
If this is a simple crush, I don't know if I could handle the real thing.
Okay.
Isn't
all
she
right.
isn't she engaged with the person that owns the museum?
Yeah, but what does that have to do with it?
I don't know. Sounds like she's already in a committed relationship.
Engaged isn't married, though, you know?
Yeah.
Never say never.
Wait, are we robbing this museum for these worthless masks for a personal reason?
Wait a second.
No.
Come on, man.
No.
Pocket.
Okay.
I can be your wing woman if that's what this is all about, but come on.
No, we need the money. We need the money. Look.
Yeah.
Oh God. That's how I got into this whole kerfuffle in the first place. All right, look.
No, honestly,
Harden your heart. Harden your heart.
Pocket.
Yes.
I'm young, but I know most ladies and girls really appreciate honesty. You know, maybe just talk to her, maybe bring her in, and you can maybe split your cut of the worthless masks with her, and then maybe you
That's
guys could
brilliant.
run away.
That's brilliant.
Maybe who she's engaged to is a big asshole. You don't know.
You know what? I don't think it's brilliant. I think that maybe it's a direct line to getting caught and, locked up. If you flirt
Damn
your
it.
way to like involving her and then we get less of a cut and then she rats it out to her fiance and then no masks.
Why must the heart always be the biggest traitor of all?
Oh gosh, okay. Like,
Oh, Pocket.
do you want to wait outside and we can just handle this?
No, we gotta do this. Okay, look, I'm all right. I'm focused.
Let's go.
I'm focused. All right.
What do you need me to do?
All right. So this is the plan. All right. I am gonna go with Bucket, and we're gonna
Yes.
go take care of the stone of the spelling stone. We're gonna
Yeah.
get that. But in order to get that, we're gonna need you, Rivet, to cause a bit of a distraction. Once you've caused a distraction, Bucket and I will get the stone. We will lob it onto the shelf. Once everything starts going haywire, Pinch, you slip in, get behind. You see over there, the counter, right? That's where the stash of potions is. All right. Now you gotta be careful. You only want to grab the potions of invisibility. All right. They're gonna be translucent, almost, indiscernible, very hard to see. Unless you're really kind of paying attention. So you want to make sure you grab just the potions of invisibility, okay?
Is it a specific color?
Translucent.
So
It
have
will
you
be
ever-
hard to
blue?
see, Master Pinch.
It's gonna be like the bottle's empty,
okay.
but
Are there-
shake because you don't want to grab an actual empty bottle. So shake it, make sure there's liquid in it, and if it looks like it's empty but there's liquid in it, that's what you want. You need to get 4.
Okay, another question. Are there other potions that are the same color?
I don't know. No, maybe. No. Look, if
Okay.
you see one with a big giant toenail in it, don't grab that one. That's just disgusting. All right, repeat after me. 4 potions of invisibility. They're gonna seem empty, but there's gonna be liquid in them.
4 potions of invisibility. They're going to be invisible, and there's going to be water in them.
Fucking close enough. All right. So, Rivet, do your thing. Once you start doing your thing, we're gonna do our thing. Now, once we've done our thing, Pinch, you do your thing.
Sounds good.
All right.
Ready,
to go,
break.
Bucket?
I am as ready as I can be, Pocket.
All right.
So, Rivet, apparently you have to cause an additional distraction here so that they can facilitate the
Mm-hmm.
plan.
Yes.
What would you like to do for said distraction?
That's a really good question. First and foremost, would I notice any very obvious potions that would erupt in smoke upon breaking or anything along those lines? Just a quick glance, cursory.
Well, for what it's worth, the potions are behind
All
the
behind. Okay.
thing. So you would
Mhm.
actually have to go behind the counter to get at
Right.
them in the case that they are in. But if you would like to make a perception check and an arcana
Yes.
check for me, you can see if there might
Yes.
be a different magical item around that could do something of the sort.
All right, that's a 15 on perception and a 7 for arcana.
Okay.
So she looks around and whatever, man. And so she's going to just unbutton her top button and go up to the counter. And there's a line of people.
No.
She's helping a
So
few?
there's a few
Okay.
people around the shop. Arin is not behind the counter. She's kind of just
Okay.
milling around the shop. But
Got it.
as was the description, you know that Arin is very attentive and
Yes.
very aware of everything that's going on in her shop. So your effort
Yes.
to distraction doesn't necessarily need to be big, it just needs to be good enough to
Yeah.
allow Pocket and Bucket to do their thing.
Yeah, so the button's undone, the hair gets fluffed. We do like a little pinching of the cheeks for color, and then Rivet's going to saunter over to Caboodle and whoever she's serving.
Lean over the bucket. Is she gonna steal my gal?
The odds are not in your favor, Pocket.
Yeah, so she'll go over and just look and say, "Ooh, what is that you're going to be getting?" And just ask the patron, basically insert herself in this conversation.
Wonderful. Yeah, so you see Arin standing there with some tall, lanky human fellow wearing obvious, merchant's attire, probably not from Amana, probably somebody that just came in and he's, looking to do a little bit of side business or something of the sort. And he appears to be looking at a selection of various, bangles and or what's the torques and things like that, and he's holding one in particular that is like a twisted rope with two spikes on the end of it, and he just kind of looks over at you, startled he didn't see you coming. Arin kind of tilts her head to the side and has a little bit of a wry smile on her face, and she says, "Oh, I mean, this trinket is just something simple to help keep a man protected when he's out and about, of course." And
Ooh.
and he's like, yeah, this is the one. Give me an insight check, please."
Oh God. 18?
18. Very nice. You're fairly certain Arin has charmed this man.
Oh, delightful. Okay.
Like magically charmed
Yeah.
this man. He's got just enough of a not quite with it
Mhm.
air about him. Yeah.
Okay, so with that, I don't care about flirting with this man, but I will turn my attention to Arin and just kind of give her a look, hoping to convey the acknowledgement of what she's doing, and then just say, "Oh, you're good."
Give me a persuasion check. And in this particular instance, it isn't to necessarily admit that you know what's happening. It's more to give the subtle subtext to see how hard it is for her to pick up on.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Woof. 10.
Okay. All right.
Uh-huh.
You say that, and her wry smile fades for just a fraction of a moment, and then it comes back, and she's like, "Why, thank you. I do my best to serve all of my customers. And what is it that I can do for you today?"
Well, now I think that there's quite a lot that I could learn from you. Very impressive. I guess, I don't know, maybe I'll just watch you do your thing.
Well,
Sales is very... Oh, go ahead.
As flattered as I am, this is still a business after all. Is there something you're interested in?
You know, I could use something to distract. You know, if you like really want to hold someone's attention, and I guess, you know, sort of give them something to attend to while, you know, other things could happen.
She glances down at the loose button on your blouse, and looks back up at you and says, "Seems like you're working on that all on your lonesome."
I do what I can, but sometimes you need additional resources.
I tell you what, let me just finish up with this transaction here in just a moment, and I'll be happy to show you a few things. And she winks at you.
Pocket,
Okay.
you're staring.
She will give a little bit of space, but like a little bit.
Right.
And,
You're standing
and
just off to the side, but still in eye line sort
absolutely,
of thing. Yeah.
Yeah. Just rapt attention at their interaction, and also I will have placed myself, you know, sort of facing like I'm on the outside, so that hopefully if they turn their attention to me after this, it won't be, you know, in the interior of the store.
Okay. So, Pocket, are you too distracted to actually pull off your portion of the plan here, or?
Pocket is standing right next to the stone he's supposed to. His hands up, and he's just not moving. It's literally like there.
My bucket is looking at my pocket. Are you frozen, Pocket?
Pilfer the stone and then kind of unhandedly flip it over to Bucket.
Give me a what would this be? I guess sleight of hand.
Sleight of hand.
Yeah, and I'll say you can have advantage on it because Aren is distracted.
Awesome, thank you very much. Oh, that's really not too bad. That's going to be a 23.
23.
Sorry, a 22.
Ugh.
Only a 22. Well, now you failed. So, no, you quickly snatch it after holding your hand there for an uncomfortable amount of time. Lob it up to the shelf above. Bucket, you are standing up there and catch it adroitly. I'm assuming that Pocket showed Bucket which shelf.
Yeah.
To toss
We plotted this.
Okay, good. Just making sure, because, you know, you never know. And so, Bucket, you now have the thing.
Yeah, so I want to take the thing and...
It is a dispelling stone.
Yeah, I want to take the dispelling stone and throw it onto the shelf with the bag of holding.
Okay, give me an Arcana check, please.
Okay.
Pinch is just slowly meandering towards the counter, trying to act all sly, very overconfident. This is gonna be fine. This is gonna be awesome.
Do you want to roll performance or deception on that?
I'll do performance.
Okay, sounds good. What'd you
And
get,
that was
Annika?
an unnatural 20.
Dirty 20, more than good enough. So you recognize the dispelling stone for what it is. You know that there's a certain way that you can activate it, that it will basically go off a few seconds later, giving you time to basically just like activate it, set it down, and then move or keep moving so that you are outside of the radius of its dispelling before it goes off. What'd you get there, Andrew?
I got an 8. So she looks very confident, but inside she's terrified if these bottles are labeled because she can't read, and she really hopes that there aren't any other potions that are translucent.
Well, I guess we'll find out in a few moments. So as Bucket moves past the various shelves, gets basically all the way down to the far end of the mezzanine and is about to descend the stairs, that's when the dispelling stone kind of goes off. There's a couple of other patrons up on the mezzanine as well, and everybody is startled in surprise as there's this cacophony of noise as a volatile eruption of magical items just bursts out of this bag of holding, and several of the other items that were on the shelf appear to have been similarly crafted, as if the shelf was, the shelf where you put all of the things that are like interdimensional space sort of things. And so it's just this cacophony of noise as objects go flying, and some of them spill over down the mezzanine, some of them just kind of like scatter across the floor, others ricochet off of the bookshelf with such violence so as to bounce off of other items and other bookshelves and things like that. I need for all of you, please, to roll a deception check to see if you can hide the fact that you knew that this was coming.
Oh, God.
It's a 12.
I'm
All right.
going to use the advantage I was given.
I rolled a 3, so it's
Oh.
a 12.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, my first roll was a 5, but I got a 14 now, so...
Okay. Nice.
I got
I'm
a
at 15.
And Andrew, what'd you get?
15.
15.
Oh,
Nice.
no.
Those are decent numbers, guys. And given the sheer volume of chaos that's kind of going on in this space, no one seems to really focus on any of you in the moment. They're focusing on the chaos of the situation immediately. Aaron jumps from like where she is all the way up to the mezzanine in one swift, smooth hair and gun motion, and immediately starts trying to investigate what the problem is. Don't worry, I've got it. It's fine. And that sort of thing. This is one of those instances where she probably very much wishes that she had a steward here with her. Andrew, this is your moment.
So
I'm
Pinch will go around the corner and look at the drawer, I guess, of vials and look for any translucent bottles.
Okay. Give me a stealth check, please, with advantage.
That's a 22.
Nice. You easily drift over behind the counter, find your way to the display case a few feet further. It's basically a large glass display case with a sliding panel. You slide the panel to the side, and you are correct. The potions are basically all on like their own individual sliding shelves, and your passive perception is pretty good. It's like 15 or 16, right?
Passive perception is 15.
Yeah, 15 is perfectly good enough. They are labeled. However, you do find that there are 5 potions right in a row that are this kind of like translucent in nature, and they are the only translucent potions. There are a couple more that are kind of translucent, but they're like one-offs. There's only like one of them here and there. So organizationally speaking, it would make sense that these potions that are here in the back that are mostly translucent would qualify as the ones of invisibility.
Yep, I will grab those. out of panic, I feel like I want to grab the whole shelf, but I feel like that's gonna be too much. So I think I'll just grab the 5 potions that I see.
You're gonna grab all 5 and not just 4?
Oh, yeah, just to be safe.
Okay, fair enough. So you scoop up the potions of invisibility and quickly start making your way to the door?
Yeah, I'm out of there.
Okay. I will say that Bucket probably doesn't have a good eye line for this because of their, being up at the mezzanine and amongst the chaos a little bit. But Pocket and Rivet, both of you see Pinch just like very quickly and adroitly move into the back there for a few seconds and then start making their way for the door.
Rivet has, in like the moment the commotion started, after we saw a rabbit jump super high, she would have leaned over to the patron and said, "Oh my goodness, what's happening?" And just, I guess laid it on thick more here.
Okay, and this is to the patron that had been charmed?
Yeah.
All right. Go ahead and give me a deception check, please, and it is with advantage because his insight has been compromised.
And I will use message to send a message to Bucket to say, "All right, we got him. Let's skedaddle."
That's a
Yes,
27.
Pocket.
Nice. Yeah, so this guy 100% has no indication at all about what's going on. He seems to be oddly fixated on the torque in his hand and is only mildly paying attention to the chaos up above.
Great.
Aaron's good.
Do you guys have anything that you would like to do before bugging out?
Yeah. I'll wait until everyone has bugged out. I'll make sure all my people are out before I leave.
Okay.
And just before I leave, I will use my magical tinkering ability to leave a static visual effect, including up to 25 words of text. And what it will be somewhere where I know Aaron's not going to see it right away because, so maybe back behind her counter or something like that. It will be a message that says, "I am deeply sorry, you most magnificent of creatures, but I swear I shall make it up to you." And then there'll be like, a rose or something in the visual effect. A carrot, something.
That might be insulting. I don't think you would leave a carrot.
It'll be a rose. It'll be a rose.
Okay. She's gonna think I left that.
That only occurs to me after, though. Once I'm gone, I'm like, damn it!
That's awesome.
Damn it!
Yeah, because I'm assuming Pocket doesn't sign it, right?
No, he's not that,
Smart.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll and then we'll skedaddle. So.
Yeah.
Before that, though, on the way out, Bucket would like to maybe make a grab for like a minor object that they can identify and just whoop.
Going for the thieving, huh? Give me a perception check, please.
We don't call him Sticky Fingers Bucket for nothing.
Let's go, Bucket.
Oh God, it's a 9 for my perception.
Okay. The distraction is sufficient enough that I feel like you can get away with this, but you don't know what you're grabbing.
Yep.
So, please roll a d20 for me.
Ooh.
That's a 7.
All right. Yeah, you grab a little trinket off of the shelf and dash for the door.
Nice. Thank you.
No problem.
When we get out there, I'm just giving Rivet kind of the stink side eye.
What? Come on, man. It's
Did you have to go for the
business.
button? Did you have to undo the button?
Yeah, I really did, and I think it worked.
I think she's way
Well-
too classy a lady to fall for that.
Well, she will
What's that
surely fall
supposed to
for the
mean?
message that you left, and which she will surely think is from our sweet Rivet.
You left a note.
Don't.
Oh.
I gotta go back.
No. No. We don't return to the scene of a crime.
Your
You know better than
stupidity
that.
will have to wait, Pocket.
It's okay. It meant nothing.
The rose on your note says otherwise, Rivet.
That wasn't my note. Oh,
Yeah,
God.
just remind me to also like deprogram the shit disturber. All right.
Yes.
And did you hit the button really? And then just walk away.
All right.
Pinch, give me some good news.
I got them. All 5.
Not 5.
5?
Just 5, right?
Pinch
I check what
required
I check what she's
four.
got. I check what Pinch has.
5 potions of invisibility.
Yeah,
Good work.
Nice.
very good.
Thank you.
Also, I presume we are like speed walking
Yeah.
Oh
away.
yeah.
Okay.
No, I assume that you guys are not like hanging
No.
around
Right outside.
No.
right outside.
Okay.
It's a comfort to know, Pinch, that some of us can get their job done without turning to pure wantonness.
I have a particular set of skills.
Yeah, and you show it
I-
everybody,
Wow.
which is fine, but just not Aaron.
I don't.
What chance do I
appreciate
have now?
You shaming Rivet. That's not cool.
No,
man.
I'm just saying, what chance do I have now?
I mean, she's
No
already
chance.
engaged, dude.
That's fair. And like,
Yeah, I
I'm
guess
not
you get a point.
pursuing any further.
Pocket's
mean-
dream may not be attainable in this case.
Ah. Well, hey, after we get all the money in the world, think of all the rabbits you could have. So much.
I mean, at least ask.
448.
Well, when you put it like that.
I mean, at least ask her if she's in an open relationship.
Nah, but then I'd have to talk to her and,
You don't want
Get
to talk
awkward.
to her? Oh my god.
I do, but
Okay.
she's just very okay, look, enough. All right? I will sacrifice my dream of love for, financial well-being. So let's just move on.
Thank you for sacrificing your dream for us.
No problem. You do the same for me if you had one.
If I had one, I would.
Yeah. That's right. All right, let's go.
Maybe
On to
that
the
was-
Cogsworn Killer. I can't wait to stick it to those idiots.
And I guess
Oh.
I just want to say at some point in our transition to the next thing, I want to identify my object that I took.
Okay,
Yeah.
sure. Do you have the identify spell?
I do.
Okay. You guys aren't like running top speed to get to, the cogs. So
We're speed walking.
yeah, I figured you guys are walking enough that you're able to pull out the pearl for your identification and cast this as a ritual, unless you want to use a spell slot to cast identify. And
No, I want to save that.
yeah, good call. So as you retrieve the little, basically what you grabbed was a seemingly leather. You're not entirely sure what kind of leather it is, but seemingly a leather sachet of a fine powder inside of it. You open it up, and you are, after you like touching it, dipping your finger into it, and you can't really tell what it does. And so you use your identification, and you find yourself with a single use of dust of dryness. You are fairly certain that it's a good thing that you are not a truly organic creature, because had you say, Pocket dipped his finger into the dust of dryness, he might have had a slightly more desiccated fingertip after doing so. But in this particular instance, no harm, no foul. You have dust of dryness.
It's actually just pulverized saltine crackers.
with peanut butter.
Oh yeah.
Oh gosh.
There you go.
Yum. Sweet, so I'm gonna pocket that.
Haha. You're gonna pocket your pinch of dry dust?
Wow.
Oh, that's riveting.
I know.
And that's all, folks. Good night.
We're done. That's it. We can go home now.
Oh God.
We're gonna kill any audience members that we actually have here, guys. Thanks for that. Anyway,
Remember to
moving
tip.
on.
Remember to tip Jeremy. Try the veal. Be here all week.
Well, this is a one shot. They might not let us back.
A couple
Oh,
of us are
boy.
stuck here. When I was loving.
I just like
Anyway,
come places and just sow chaos and then leave. Go back to my home.
It's fantastic.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're good at that.
I know.
So yes, as you make your way along the various city streets of Imana, you find yourselves headed towards the home of the Cogsworn Collective. Nestled within a labyrinth of cobbled streets and intertwining alleyways is the illustrious Tinkerers Union. More than a mere trade union, this collective is a veritable incubator for the brightest minds of Imana. Makes you wonder why they had Pocket. A conclave of thinkers, builders, inventors, and artificers, the Cogsworn Collective stands as a monument to the spirit of discovery and creation. Members of the collective share a common bond expressed in their creed, innovation through collaboration, valuing the collective wisdom and skills of their fellow members. The collective's headquarters is a sprawling complex of wood, stone, and iron, accurately dubbed the Machinarium. This building is a breathtaking fusion of architecture and functional artifice, with its exterior decorated with moving gears. Probably get out of that. With moving gears and rotating cogs, as though the building itself were a giant machine. Its walls hum with contained energy, and steam occasionally vents from unseen places, creating an atmosphere of constant activity and progress. Inside the Machinarium, the collective has vast workshops filled with every imaginable tool and raw material, shared libraries holding decades of research, meeting halls for collaboration and the exchange of ideas, and storehouses of artifice and invention from not just the collective, but indeed all over Ysterra. This union of tinkerers is not only a haven for inventors, but also a powerful political entity. The collective leverages their combined influence to ensure fair trade, the protection of intellectual property, and the promulgation of standards across the realms of craft and invention. In this respect, they have transformed the art of tinkering from an often solitary pursuit into a thriving community-supported endeavor. All of you find yourselves headed, or we should say Pocket, rather, is leading all of the rest of you towards kind of a back alleyway adjacent to the Cogsworn Collective. And as you stand there, he points to one particular door leading to what is obviously a more workshop, storehouse section of the Machinarium. You find yourself still standing with a little bit of daylight left. You have the choice before you of how you want to enter the Machinarium of the Cogsworn Collective. Do you wait a little bit of time for night to fall? Do you perhaps observe to see some of the denizens of the collective leave? What is the plan that you have at this point? As you all gaze over at Pocket, it is worth mentioning that as you have progressed closer and closer to the collective, he has become more and more silent. Perhaps uncharacteristically so, and some of you have a high enough passive insight to notice that he seems a little bit trepidatious as you move closer and closer to this place.
When we come into view, he'll say, "Man, I hate this place," and then a tear is going to roll down his face.
There, my Pocket. You will recover from this day.
Thanks, Bucket.
You know,
Means
it
a
would make
lot.
you feel a lot better. robbing them blind.
Well, I asked you earlier what your dreams were. And one of you wanted a sandwich and the other two had no clue what was going on. And that's fine, you know, like maybe you haven't spent a lot of time thinking about your dreams, but I have. Well, I have 2 dreams, and well, we just shot one of them in the foot back there. So, you know, that's that. My second dream is to return here once again inside these hallowed halls and contribute again as I used to as a productive and law-abiding citizen, but well, they've crushed that dream, haven't they? The bastards.
Are you saying you want an honest job?
No, I'm saying I want to rob them blind. Get with the program. All right.
All right.
We need to get obscuring amulets if we're going to be able to get into the museum. The only place in town I know has 4 of them. How? Pocket, how can you possibly know that they have 4 obscuring amulets here? Well, it's because I was on the team that built them. Right? That and a couple of dozen other patents that I came up with, they just stole from me. Just stole from me. My work, my sweat, my labor, my ideas. They just took it from me. Today I'm going to get them back. We're going to go in there. Security's, probably a couple of guards, 1 or 2 forged. You okay with confronting your own kind there, Bucket? I never stopped to ask how you would feel about that.
I am not programmed to worry about such things.
See, that program we're not going to change, though. That's okay. That one can stay. So, getting in and out of there should be a breeze now that we got the potions of invisibility, which you got to be careful. Any questions?
So we're using the potions now and not in the museum library, please?
Yeah, the potions are for now. Am I on crack?
Yeah, you're on crack.
I'm on crack. Never mind. I never said that.
For what it's for what it's worth, Pocket has a relatively good understanding of the layout of this place, and he knows that there are far less guards and protective wards and such than there will be at the museum. And so you're mostly going to be relying on your own skills and Pocket's knowledge to get you through the machinarium. He informs you that there are things that you have to look out for with A, how big the place is. It's a little bit labyrinthine, and so it's kind of easy to get lost and turned around and miscombobulated and whatnot. So you have to make sure that you're staying on the path, staying close enough to each other, and that sort of thing, because you could very well get lost. There are traps in the sense that inventions in this place, let's just say they are in the alpha stages of development. And so it's pretty easy to inadvertently set off a machine that perhaps isn't quite ready to be set off, or walk through some light or some space where a machine is there and ready for something to happen, and then you inadvertently trigger that something to happen. So you really have to be on the ball with paying attention to what's going on around you. There are also...
Don't touch anything.
Number 1 rule. There are also a number of magical alarms that you're going to have to figure out a way to bypass. Thankfully, Pocket knows where most of these things are, unless they've moved them. And there will probably be at least one lock that you're going to have to bypass to get to where you need to go, and then maybe another depending upon if they have changed the storage of where the amulets reside.
And as Pocket turns off the recording that he had of this him saying all that earlier when he was thinking his plan aloud. Actually, he probably just presses the button on Bucket's chest, which was playing it back. I was thinking aloud earlier, and I just recorded myself while I was planning this. Everybody good?
Yeah.
Stay close. Don't touch anything. If it looks weird, it's probably weird. Don't go through it. Don't touch it. Don't lick it.
Lick it?
Oh, I want to lick it.
Oh no.
See?
Pinch, you
you're
know
right.
better than to lick a strange object.
Pinch will put a handkerchief in her mouth.
Oh my god.
Would you like another half-eaten bagel?
No one's got crumbs.
Okay.
Good to
All
know
right,
what
let's wait
Pinch's
till it's
motivations are.
Let's wait till it's dark. Is there a window we could maybe try to climb through and get in there, or what's the best?
So yeah, we'll say that you spend a little bit of time casing the joint, looking for the best way to go in. Pocket, of course, knows a couple of ways, but who knows? Maybe you find something new. Let's get investigation or perception checks from each of you, please. This is a group check.
Can I?
Ah, yes. This is what I'm good at, 24.
Nice.
I did perception and I got a 24.
Yeah.
I got 19.
Damn. What Pocket get? Because this
Pocket
is some
hasn't
numbers
rolled
to
yet
beat.
because- Yeah, no, I'll wait. I was gonna use the. I was thinking of maybe using the homunculus,
Ooh.
but I'll wait.
Okay.
I'll wait on that. Well, nat 1. So, Pocket is absolutely not at all focused on what's at hand. He's got too many emotions going through him right now, and he's just mumbling under his breath. And who came up with that? The self-refrigerating refrigerator. Pocket, but who's got the patent now? Of course, it's these guys are making a fortune off of it.
All right. Hey, Pocket. I know that this is a lot for you, that today is just filled with things that are really bringing you to a place that's not conducive to thievery. So let's
admit that I'm a little emotionally raw.
And hey, man, you've got every right to be, okay? I'm just saying that we need to be on our A game here. This is it, right? Okay, we have nothing, and we have the potential for a lot, I guess, with these priceless masks, allegedly. So, can you get it together? Look, there's...
Yeah, look, I'm sorry about the button thing earlier. You were totally right in doing that. I didn't mean to,
I mean,
I was just feeling a little overmatched, so it's just...
That's fair. I'm just using the skills I have. That's it.
That's cool.
All right.
That's all right.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. Yeah, I'm focused.
Okay. All right. Good.
You want a handkerchief?
Any crumbs left?
No.
No, keep it.
Puts it back in her mouth.
I don't even know what to do with that. Anyway, you all spend some time casing the joint, and thanks to Rivet and Bucket's exceptional rolls, Pinch, you were pretty good too, but they spot the absolute best way for you to go in. You realize that there is fire escapes to this place, because they value safety, and they understand that when you're inventing things can go awry, and you need to make sure that everyone is capable of getting out of a building that might be about to explode. Or is on fire, or, has a thunderstorm roiling inside of it, and, tornadoes about to happen, and you just got to get out. So there's a fire escape that would be relatively easy access if you all were taller. But you're all shorties here. But thankfully, Pinch, who is used to being short, sees a couple of water barrels that you guys could roll over and give you the boost that you need to be able to jump to the fire escape and potentially make a surreptitious entry to the machinarium.
Bucket, if you just let me stand on your shoulders, we wouldn't have to move any of these barrels. That's all I'm saying. I won't do it, but just see, this is the versatility that you bring to the table, and it's just something to think about. Oh, buddy. Okay. Yeah. Let's.
I do not know what the young child is saying, but I do understand you, Rivet, and if time is of the essence, you should do what you need to do. And
Yes.
Bucket, kind of walks over, and you can tell it's sulky, not excited about this at all, but he sulks over, and then,
That's
kind of
fine.
gets
Sure,
down
Bucket?
to make it easier for you.
Are you sure about this, Bucket?
You fill a bucket with many things. This is no different.
Rivet will channel all that she learned
Bad Bucket.
in her upbringing with a traveling circus, and will just very deftly sort of launch off of Bucket's shoulders and grab the ladder.
Give me an acrobatics check, please.
So good at that.
Does she get an advantage because I'm helping?
17.
Doesn't need the advantage, apparently. With a deft grace, Rivet manages to plant a foot right into the shoulder of Bucket and hoist herself up to the fire escape. As she does, leaping up, she sees the release that will actually lower it down further so that everyone can make their way up.
Thank you, Bucket.
Indeed, Rivet.
And also, Bucket, for what it's worth, the barrels are filled with water.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
If you would like to take advantage of your dust of dryness.
Yeah, I guess I admit that I don't fully know what that does.
No, you
I
didn't read
read
it.
the description. Well, I did, but I don't think I totally get it. What are so I guess the pellets.
So
I
you
guess
can
that's the part that
sprinkle
can-
dust of dryness into a space of water, and it forms that water into a tiny, basically marble-like cube or sphere that if you shatter the sphere, it releases the water in a burst.
Oh, and that could be a lot of water. Okay, yeah, so I do want to do that.
Okay. No idea
Hell
what
yeah.
you could use that for, but
Yeah, I
It's
can't
like
imagine.
pocket water.
yeah, you would have a bucket of water in your hand.
I was gonna say it would literally be a
Wow.
bucket of water.
And if I put it in my pocket, is it in my bucket then?
Yes.
Put in your butt.
I got a bucket, got a
I
pocket
can't
full of
reach it there.
buckets.
Okay. So yeah, I guess
I'm not even gonna go there.
So do you want me to roll the d6 to find out how many pinches of dust I have? So we
Oh
know
no,
how
it
many
was one. I
pellets
rolled
have?
that for you in advance. It was one pinch.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. Sweet.
And so yeah, now you have a little tiny marble sphere of water,
Sick.
Nice.
sort of. Anyway, so I'm assuming that all of you make your way up the fire escape and start trying to make entry into the machinarium. You
Mhm.
find a window that is locked, but it's kind of it's a super easy lock that Pinch is just able to jimmy open without any trouble whatsoever.
Nice.
And you're able to make your way inside. I need stealth checks all around, please.
Yeah.
Um,
Oh no.
19.
Very good.
How about a
Got 18.
6?
Did you say 18, Andrew? Very good. And Christian?
18 plus something.
You have disadvantage on your stealth checks,
Yeah,
right?
I know. And I was gonna say earlier, I took off the armor because I was like, knowing I was going into stealth, I was literally about to say that when you said give me stealth checks, and I was like,
Okay. That's
because
fine.
I'm like, knowing we're going into this thing, I
Mhm.
was gonna just take off the armor because I knew stealth was important. But if you want, I'll
No.
roll a second die. And
No. I'm good with that.
okay,
Totally get it. I mean, it makes sense. You're not an idiot. So,
I took it off and I put it in Bucket's butt.
Yep, and now that the armor is in my butt, as I move, you hear it clanking.
You've got
So,
too
yeah, I
much
got-
junk in your trunk, Bucket.
My humps, my humps, my humps.
Oh God. Check it out.
anyway,
Jeremy's gonna fire all of us.
that would have happened a long time ago if Jeremy actually was going to fire us.
Oh man. Yeah.
So, you delve your way inside of the machinarium. As you make your way in, you can see a just voluminous space filled with all kinds of machinery and tooling, and it's just there's so much chaos in the space that even Bucket, who is used to Pocket's chaos, feels a little bit overwhelmed with what they see. Pocket, however, kind of feels like home. And as soon as you guys are inside, the familiar smell of oil and gunpowder and just strange aromas fills your nostrils as you look around this space, and the rest of you wonder, how on earth are you going to find whatever amulets you're here to look for in this immense workshop? Pocket seems a little bit more comfortable. Pocket seems to think that all you really have to do is navigate this upper balcony area where some of the machinery is more light and potentially a little bit less risky. Make your way down to the end, go down a set of stairs into a small storage room just off to the side, right behind one of the primary observers' posts, and provided that no one sees you get there, should just be a simple matter of getting the door open, getting inside, and figuring out which chest the amulets are in.
Piece of cake. Just
Yeah.
don't go down that hallway. That's the cafeteria.
Wait. There's food?
Damn it! What have I done? No, they don't keep anything overnight. Catering. Catering comes in the morning, and
Insight check.
all right, roll it against me. I'm totally trying to lie.
Binge.
I'm gonna roll my deception. Dirty 20 with my deception.
I got a 5, but I'm debating using lucky or not. No, Pinch believes you.
Damn it.
So as you make your way along this upper balcony area, you see many a workbench or an alchemy table, even a couple of magical artifice tinkerers spots, where there are varieties of mechanisms and machines and arcane devices all being constructed. You move past an alchemy table and you hear the sizzling and popping of some fluid being cooked that apparently is going to have to continue cooking overnight. There's a bit of a blorp and a sploosh that kind of catches you off guard, making it seem like it's alive somehow. You hear a burp. Pocket excuses himself. Continue making your way down the space. I need for all of you to please make perception checks, please.
At some point, I'm like, my old desk. And I touch it with a little bit of melancholy, and you can see scratched in the wood, there's the outline of the head of a bunny with the ears.
Oh God. I rolled a 10, but my passive perception is a 16, so I don't know.
Guess you should have used your passive then, huh?
Oh shit. Yeah.
I'm going to use my 13 that I rolled earlier,
Oh yeah.
Nice.
giving me a 14.
Okay.
Heck yeah.
I got a natural 20 for 25.
Oh,
Nice.
and I got a 17.
Very
Nice.
good. So this was a group check, so it only had to be 2 of you that passed exceptionally well, and 1 of you had to not do disastrously. And so you are all able to make your way, weaving through and past a lot of these workspaces without any particular difficulty whatsoever. As you near the end of this upper balcony area, however, Pocket, your perception, high as it was, is able to spot a device that seems wrong to you. It looks like an orrery, fairly standard. However, the mechanisms of its rotation are definitely not standard. And as you're looking it over, just casually, keeping space as you're kind of trying to make your way around it, it's only about 3 or 4 feet in diameter, and you're able to tell that there's something wrong with it, and you realize that it's moving backwards from the direction that an orrery should be moving. And as you drift past, you have the insight to notice that this might not have been the best path to take after all. There is a distinct magical aura emanating off of this orrery, and if you continue moving, if you don't stop your party members and try to do something about this device, it could potentially cause some kind of harm, and you're not exactly sure what that harm would be. But this piece of artifice is not working as intended, or at least you hope it isn't working as intended, because if it is, that's even worse.
Stop! Nobody move! Freeze! Right where you are! Bucket, you see what I'm seeing?
Yes, Pocket.
Something's funky with that thing.
You can both give me Arcana checks if you like, or one of you could help the other so that the one rolls with advantage. It's up to you.
I will lean on Bucket and help Bucket out.
All right.
It reminds me of that thing, Bucket. You know that thing that we saw the other...
Yes, not that thing, hopefully.
Not that thing, the other thing.
Yeah, that thing, the 17, not the 10.
That's right.
You got a 17?
Yep.
Okay. With a 17, you're able to discern that the magical auras that are coming off of this orrery they're in a kind of flux state where it's teetering back and forth between evocation magic and abjuration magic. Every orbit of the lower portion of the orrery gives off a burst of abjuration energies, but every orbit of the upper gives off a burst of evocation energies, and every third orbit, the two collide, and they seem to be creating this wafting pulse of something else. You don't know what that something else is, but you definitely know you don't want to get caught in it.
I say all of that. And then I say, it does not seem like you organics should like that post very much. I would avoid it if you want your systems to continue processing.
Either
Noted.
something's gone very wrong, or they really shit the bed on this one. I mean, those work days without incidents are about to take a tumble. What do I figure? Like, because Chris is dumb and has no clue what's going on. But
so you basically have a couple of options. You could try to. They're pulsed and they're timed because an orrery moves. An orrery moves at a distinct pace, right? And so Basically, you would have one pulse with hydration, one pulse with evocation, and then a third pulse with something different. And if you timed it right, using whatever skills you want to use, whether it be just moving past it, or if you can, you can convince me what skill you want to use to try to get past. The other option is to backtrack and try to go through the downstairs area, but you don't know what's down there. And you haven't seen any of the guards or forged that Pocket had described from above, as you seem to have bypassed their routes so far. But if you go downstairs, that might change.
Right. Well, I think maybe I got an idea.
Does it involve Bucket's butt?
No.
Or what's in my butt right now.
No.
Well, then miracles do happen.
My boots can sort of help me step lightly and move at a slightly more efficient pace. I'm guessing I could conceivably go over and then send the boots back, and then we could all go through one at a time, and you could wear my boots and use them to get across.
Do your boots require attunement?
Oh, damn you. Yes,
Would your
they
boots
do.
even fit me?
If they're magical,
they do.
they would resize, but
Yeah.
unfortunately, this particular instance, these boots require attunement, and I don't think you guys want to sit here for 1, 2, 3 hours.
No.
No.
All right. Well, so I can get through. I can get over. I have a couple of ways to get over, to be honest.
I mean, I'm pretty awesome. I could probably just jump through.
Is there a way that I could...
Is there a button that we can press to turn it off?
Is there a way that I could, using any of my tinker skills, either my tools, my tool proficiencies, the right tool for a job, anything like that, to find a way to slow down the rotations of this thing?
Sure. What I will say is that you could make a Tinker Tools check, and the difficulty to slow it down will be lower than the difficulty to turn it off.
Do I know what happens if I turn it off?
No, but you are an artificer, and I think that for you, there's a certain understanding of the mechanism and the way the device is. Like, it's not a perpetual device.
Mm-hmm.
It should be able to be turned off. You don't think that there's going to be any issue with that.
All right. Bucket, get the sweat wipes ready. I'm going in.
Yes, Pocket. Slush, real quick, can I just ask, what would Bucket know about using those drops of water on something like this? Does Bucket think anything would help with that?
Oh, that's a interesting possibility. That could because of the burst of energy that happens, like the force of the explosion of water, it could damage it and shut it off that way, but there could be unintended consequences if you were to do that.
Right. So I guess to the party, I'll just add before Pocket goes off, like, and Pocket, we may use my water pellets in a pinch. Ha ha ha.
It's not a bad idea. Keep them handy. If what I'm about to do fails, then that may be our only option.
All right.
So I will attempt to do so. I will attempt to shut it down.
You can just roll, and I'm not going to force you to pick one or the other. Like, if you roll high enough to shut it down, it will shut down. If you roll high enough to slow it, it will slow. If you don't roll high enough to slow it, then nothing will happen. But if you roll very, very poorly, something bad can happen.
All right.
Got this, Pocket.
Sweat starts to bead.
Use the dust.
Bucket, your vocal, hold on, your volume button is off. Let me adjust that.
Ah, yes, sorry. May I advise that the organics stand behind me?
Don't have to tell me twice.
You got the sweat rags ready, Bucket?
Yes, Pocket. And this
Right.
is funny because Rivet is definitely taller than me, so I imagine you're like hunched.
Yeah.
Wipe. As I'm sweating buckets and working with the tools.
Wax on, wax
You
off.
guys really picked these names just to fuck with me, didn't you?
Oh yeah.
All right. All right, so I got a 15, and what am I adding to that?
So it's Tinker's Tools, so it would be intelligence and proficiency bonus.
All right. Well, so all right, so 24.
Wow. That's... Wait, how did you
Yeah.
get 24?
Because I got +7 in my intelligence.
You're... No, not saving throw. Ability score.
Oh, yeah, sorry. Well, it's +5, so I got 22.
Okay. That's still
Holy
very,
shit.
very good.
Yeah.
It is unfortunately not good enough to shut the machine down. It
All right,
is.
well, we'll
It
slow
is
down.
good enough to slow the machine, and you have caused no ill effect. You basically slow down its pulse. So essentially, all of you are going to have advantage on whatever method you use for bypassing this thing, whether you're using intelligence or investigation or perception to try to like time it, because now that it's been pointed out to you, you can kind of see the oral radiating pulse energies, or you're just acrobatics, dancing your way past, or athletics, running with as much speed as you possibly can. However you want to get past it, you're going to have advantage on it now because it has definitively slowed its pace.
All right, it should give us a bit of an edge. Let's give it a
Nicely
shot.
done.
Yeah.
So just tell me what
I'd
you're
had a few
doing
more
and
minutes,
tell
I
me what
could've
you're rolling.
stopped it.
Bucket would like to go last so that if anyone runs into any issues, we can see if the water bombs will help.
So are you gonna like have a ready action
Yeah.
to like chuck the pellet if somebody biffs it?
Yeah.
Awesome.
Nice.
Who's going first?
Well, I can go first since I brought you here. If I die, then you can just leave.
Well,
How will we know where to go?
Someone will think of something.
We'll just check his notes.
But you make the plans, and you can tell as he's saying this, it's giving Bucket a lot of anxiety. Like, no, Pocket, no.
go for
Will
it,
be-
Pocket.
It'll be okay, Bucket. Don't worry. I'll be fine.
I still remember the day my sockets witnessed your features.
I know, it's a little bit like staring into the face of God. I understand. It's fine. It's okay. I
Pocket
will-
is not a divine being. Do not be so haughty.
Just trying to, pump myself up here. Thanks for bringing me back down.
As I am programmed, sir.
And that's another one we're going to fix when we get out of here. Can I use acrobatics to do a flip
Sure.
and get through that way?
Yep.
All
For
right.
what it's worth, Christian, you also, if you did use your boots, you wouldn't have
Yeah.
to roll.
Okay, I thought because it was just double the walking speed, it wouldn't really affect anything. But
You're going to be, you slowed it down. You're moving so fast. Like, I'll say if you use your boots, since you had succeeded at the slowdown check, you can just bypass it with the
All
use of
right,
your
I will.
boots.
I will do that. I will stand there, kind of warming up, cracking the joints and everything. And then I'm going to look over my shoulder at my team and go, easy as pie. Then I'm going to click my heels together and just stride on.
Click your heels together and like a Naruto run gnome
Oh my god.
across the basically 20 foot of space like that.
Come on in. The water's fine.
Don't have
Who's
to tell me
next?
twice. Rivet will, I would say, use acrobatics.
Okay.
Just with the like circus experience and all of that, I think the best bet would just be to try to go through it as deftly as possible.
Go
Let's see how it goes. Okay, 19.
You tell us how this tumbling looks for Rivet.
Yeah, so I mean, it starts off with just a normal paced walk, but as things sort of become questionable, she will sort of like dive forward like a tuck and roll kind of thing, and then pop up again and kind of like almost like you're jumping from like stone to stone. She'll just like kind of like hop and leap her way until she's
Nice.
across. Yeah.
All right. With adroit, dance-like skills, Rivet is able to pirouette her way past the arcane pulses now that they have been slowed. Pinch, you're up.
Pinch will do the same stretches that Pocket did. She'll think to herself, it's time to be awesome. I can't wait to have pie. And she'll do an acrobatics roll.
Okay.
Oh, that is not good. Thank goodness for the advantage because I had to roll a 1, but 8 plus 5 is 13.
Okay.
I think I'm gonna use.
Lucky?
I'm gonna use.
Oh, you have your halfling luck to re-roll that 1.
Oh.
Yeah, either that or use my psionic dice and use my knack. And
You can start just by re-rolling the 1 because that's automatic, right? You always re-roll 1s.
Let's do that. It's 14.
Okay.
So I'll roll the d6
Okay.
and use my psionic knack. Plus 3. So
17.
17.
Yep. Your DC was 15.
Oh, thank God.
So-
Oh god, now Bucket is sweating.
What does this look like as you're making your way across? Because you obviously stumble a little bit, right?
Yeah, she stumbles. Her knees are feeling a little weak. Her stomach is growling, and it's distracting her a little bit, and her foot slips a little bit, but she catches herself and barely makes it to the other side.
What does the manifestation of your psychic ability look like?
I want to say it's a grumbling stomach.
Okay. The grumbling stomach grows loud, and it motivates Pinch to get off her duff as she stumbles ever so slightly. And just before one of the pulses, she's not sure whether it was the abjuration or the evocation. She knows it was one of the two. But that pulse swings around, and she manages to just get out of the way of it, leaving just Bucket standing on the other side of the orrery from her 3 companions, or his 3 companions.
And as Bucket has now observed 3 different organics passing through this process, you can tell that there's like a calculated look on his face as he just gently steps to one side and steps to the other, scanning up and down. He makes an assessment. You might hear something about the 159th second hour of the... Yes. And then he just charges through using investigation.
Okay. Go for it.
And that's going to be a 22.
Nice. So, with absolute precision in timing, Bucket is able to pass just outside of one pulse, move through the space, and duck underneath of the second pulse to make it over to the rest of you, as you have managed to avoid the effects. And now that you're on this side of the device and have seen the pulses a little bit more up close, those of you that are proficient in Arcana realize that something about that third pulse now begins to make a little bit of sense. As you see from this side of the device, it is operating at normal speeds and in the proper rotation, meaning that somehow this orrery affects time. And what that might mean, you don't know. But I think for Pocket, it probably implies that someone, which is not uncommon in this place, is delving into some things that maybe they shouldn't.
So, first off, when Bucket comes across, you see Rivet and Pinch. True admiration in Pocket's face. Just simply remarkable. Simply remarkable. It's evolution at work right here. It's fantastic. Look at the power, the precision, and when Bucket comes across,
Grabbing the
Pocket puts
hat.
a hand on their shoulder and goes, all right then. And then as we go around and I see that, you'll see that there's a very disturbed look on Pocket's face. When I realized the whole time thing, you'll see that he's like kind of lagging behind and looking up at that and kind of
What?
Oh, nothing. I just
Well, would you rather be caught with contraband that is very illegal or just a little illegal?
say again over.
Oh, would you rather be caught with contraband that is very illegal or just a little illegal? Rivet? That's my response to your question.
Probably just a little bit illegal, just for safety's sake.
Then do not worry yourself.
Okay. I will trust you on that.
But then there's a significant look at Pocket, like,
Oh, yeah. And she sees it.
Yeah, and Pocket's like, there's a tendency in people of science sometimes to open doors that perhaps should not be opened. Well, it's neither here nor now. We've money to acquire, masks to lift, and dreams. Well, at least one dream to make come true. Have you been working on your dreams? No? Still no? Okay.
Well, I think it's kind of hard. I just like being with all of you. Finding a group of friends to, hang out with was kind of it. So, frankly, your dreams kind of scare me a little bit, because if you go and buy an island and you open up your own laboratory or whatever, that's kind of it's cool, and I want you all to achieve your dreams, but I also really like hanging out with you.
Rivet, are your systems fried? You are speaking to Pocket.
I'm sorry, I'm thinking about the orrery going backwards in time. Sorry, what were you saying?
Nothing. Just ready to find some masks.
All right. But you, Pinch, you okay?
Yeah, can we please just go?
Pinch, I'm sorry, I've never asked before, but do your parents know you're out here doing this stuff?
No.
Good, because they'd be worried out of their brains. Let's go.
I'm assuming Pinch is not going to tell them that she is not a 13-year-old girl.
Oh, absolutely. Pinch is
Okay.
is fully a 17-year-old, 18-year-old
Now,
person.
my parents were permissive, but your parents, man, what are they, hippies? What's going on?
They are halfling, so
They're around, I don't know where they are, but that's okay.
Gyrocopter parents, I get it.
Oh God, damn it.
and on that note, So yeah, this was the real skill challenge that you guys had to deal with here. The rest of it is relatively trivial. So in the interest of time, we're going to narrate a little bit here. As you continue moving your way through the rest of this upper portion of the warehouse workshop area, you do run into a guards person that's kind of making their rounds, but you're able to tuck away in this upper level until they pass by, and Pocket is able to lead you the rest of the way down the stairs at the end over to the small storage area next to the observer's desk at the end of the building, basically. And it's a very simple lock. Pinch doesn't have any difficulty whatsoever. It's the kind of thing that Pinch has picked many times over. And as you make your way inside of the storage room, you can see that there's quite a number of chests and such. But all of you have good, or most of you, I should say, have good investigatory skills and are able to dig through and find the one that Pocket has been looking for. And I will say that it is a decent-sized chest, but not so large that you can't carry it out effectively. It's going to take you a little bit more time to really get at the lock. It's not one that you could pick super quickly, but the labels that are on it, Pocket is 100% sure that the objects that you're looking for are inside of it. And so you hoist the small chest onto probably Bucket's shoulder and make your way to the nearest exit. And as you make your way out of this space, there's a moment where, Pocket, you catch yourself looking up at that orrery, and there's shiver that goes up your spine. You have a sense that there's something bad that's going to happen about that. But you don't have time to worry about those things as you make your way out of the building. And we're going to take our break now, everyone. We shall see you back here in just a few minutes. We're going to try to keep it short. And bye for now.
Thanks for hanging out.
Thank you.
See you soon.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back. Hope you all got some refreshments and took care of any necessities that you might have needed taken care of. I certainly needed to take care of some. But we are back, and our illustrious soon-to-be... Well, actually, no, you are successful thieves. You have thieved not once, but twice in one night successfully without any significant hiccups. You want to go for the hat trick? Are we gonna pull off the hat trick here?
You know, your tone of surprise is a little insulting, frankly.
And see, for some reason, it feels like that definitely just set us up for lots of bad rolls now.
I'm a little stressed now, but it's fine. It's fine.
All right. Well, we shall see whether or not you think it's fine or not. So, soon as you leave the machinarium, you continue your way across Imana. At this point now, we find ourselves entering the night. And with 3 moons in the sky, you don't... What? Okay. Random. 3 moons in the sky, you don't find yourselves, especially in a cityscape such as this, with a dark evening. You have to very thoroughly stick to the shadows of the buildings and alleyways and things of this sort to make your way across Imana with any type of surreptitiousness. But this is not overly difficult for a group such as yourselves. As you make your way across, tucked away in a less trodden district of Imana, you find the Azure Chronology Museum, standing as a beacon of historical knowledge, seemingly humble in size compared to many other of the great historical and museum places within the city. It is still expansive in cultural richness. The museum is housed in a 3-story building, blue-tiled, with architecture a splendid amalgamation of various Ysterran styles, reflecting the very broad scope of historical holdings within. If one were to go inside, one is greeted by the faint scent of old parchment, a testament to the countless relics of the past sheltered within the very walls of the museum. Known for its unique rotating exhibits, each carefully curated to reflect the different epochs and cultures from across Ysterra. Whether it's an exhibit on the rise and fall of the Kingdom of Etrusca, or a showcase of the ancient artistry of elven cultures decimated by the Alluvants, the museum promises an illuminating journey into the past. Yet beneath its scholarly facade, the Azure Chronology Museum is an active participant in the clandestine world of historical artifacts. Known among those in the know for its ambiguous ethics, the museum has earned a reputation for its willingness to acquire and display items of uncertain origin, as long as they bear significant enough historical value, anyway. This double-edged reputation has led to a uniquely diverse collection. Stroll through the museum might lead you past a prized tapestry, its origin unknown, but its intricate design speaking volumes of a forgotten civilization, or an ominous artifact whose mystical properties haven't been fully understood yet, shrouded in mystery and whispered rumors. Despite its more questionable dealings, the Azure Chronology Museum remains a beloved institution in Emana. Scholars, historians, and the generally curious all flock to its galleries, either oblivious or indifferent to its underground reputation, drawn in by the promise of an intimate brush with Ysterra's illustrious past. It serves as a reminder that history is multifaceted, often tangled in layers of truth, legend, and secrets waiting to be unearthed. As you all prepare yourselves, about to consume your potions of invisibility, you have donned your amulets of undetection, as it were, that can help protect you from various spells of divination or magical endeavors to discern your whereabouts or even presence. Is there anything you would like to prepare for as you get ready to enter the museum?
Pinch will take off her regular shoes and put on, you see her kind of pull up these boots that she has. They're boots of false track, and so while she's wearing the boots, she's going to choose to have them leave tracks of a different kind of humanoid, and I think she's going to choose Goblin just for fun. So that's what Pinch is doing.
That's good. Anyone else?
Do I figure I'm bound to need stealth, or since we got the amulets and the potions and all that, it's not going to be... I'm thinking mostly about my armor.
There is certainly a lot of potential danger here, because you know that all the museums within Emana employ some of the best guardians to protect. And a place such as this that deals in perhaps some of the more seedier sides of the business might employ some more lethal protections, so it might be worth donning your armor.
All right, I'll reach into Bucket's butt and pull out my armor.
So as you spend the time helping Pocket to put on his armor, is there anything else that Rivet or Bucket would like to do?
When Pocket grabs the armor, Bucket just wants to reply with, "Query, now are there any other horrors you wish to try and insert into my system, or is your electronic butchery done?"
I'm still thinking about it. I'll let you know, but I think we're nearing the end of the list.
Thank you, Pocket.
Oh, thank you, Bucket.
Can everybody here see in the dark? I got these eye drops, and then you see Pinch putting eye drops in her eyes to help her see in the dark.
I do. I have dark vision.
Yeah, I'm good. That's awesome, though.
Yeah, I guess I don't think I have dark vision. I'm looking now. I don't think I do. So
You do
yeah,
not?
I'll use some drops. Not really sure
I
what
don't-
these will do to my eyes.
It's just oil.
It's magic.
Stop blinking.
It's
Yeah.
magic. It still works. However, Andrew, would you like to read the effects of the drops, please?
Yes. The vial is colorless, odorless. Liquid appears to be nothing more than a tiny amount of water. And I will skip to what it does. If a creature uses an action to place a few drops in each of their eyes, they gain the ability to see in the dark for a time. For the next hour, the creature has dark vision out to a range of 6 feet. There's 5 uses in the liquid. You can also, if you do have dark vision, and you take it, you will suffer immense pain, but make a Constitution saving throw. If you succeed, you get true sight for 10 minutes, which is pretty sweet. And
But-
if you but if you fail, yeah, you're blinded for 10 minutes. And then also, if you ingest it, you can lose your sense of smell and taste for 30 minutes, but then you're immune to noxious odors and spells that debilitate you through the sense of smell.
Amazing.
This is a really, really awesome item.
One of my own creating.
Yeah, obviously. When there's like when the description is like 3 paragraphs, it's like this is a Miko item for sure.
Are you saying I'm wordy?
No. It's amazing. It's very descriptive and it's very visual. It's great.
I was gonna
So
say you have
is
a
it
vision
just-
when you write.
Is it just Pinch and Bucket that are benefiting from the eye drops here? Or are Pocket or Rivet taking a chance?
No, absolutely not.
You can do
Not
it
straight
before
out
you
the
go
gate.
into the museum, and if it goes bad, you could just sit and wait for 10 minutes. Surely 10 minutes isn't going to kill anything.
Pocket, what do you think? You're the planner.
Well, what could it hurt?
My eyes, badly.
Yeah, but they'll grow back.
There is only a 1 in 366 chance of this happening to you.
Never tell me the odds. I
Just
will.
Give them to me, I'll do it.
Or hands them over.
What's the DC on the Constitution saving throw that Rivet has to make?
14.
Yeah, I'm gonna try also.
All right, go for it.
It's an 18.
Nice.
Yeah.
It's a natural 1.
Oh no.
Oh no.
You lose your eyes.
You do still have a die roll.
It burns.
You
It
do
burns.
still
What-
you do
what's
still
gonna
have
happen at
that.
1? What's gonna happen to me with a 1?
You're gonna be blind.
Forever?
Maybe.
It's supposed to be only for 10 minutes, but with a natural one, I don't know.
Wow.
Use it.
Yeah, I'll use it. Ah, my eyes! It burns. Actually, no, it doesn't. It's fine. It's perfectly fine. Actually, I feel very.
So for everybody watching, you used one of your artificer abilities that you have that allows you to swap a die roll in from one that you would roll previously, in which you got a natural 20.
Yeah.
So you succeed on your check.
Man, I was saving that for some special too.
Well,
This
Um,
was it.
I will,
That'd go
however,
on forever.
take the opportunity to create my homunculus servant,
okay,
Nice.
no problem.
which looks exactly like Bucket,
Except small,
except small and with mechanical wings.
Aw.
That's
because
so
it's tiny,
cute.
right?
And its name is Thimble.
You did not give me
Oh.
wings.
I'm working on that.
Thimble?
Thimble.
God dang.
Bucket eyeballs thimble. I don't like this. Pocket, how long have you had thimble?
You know, just something I've been working on in my spare time. Look, it's just like, it's like, you know, it's your little brother, you know, he needs your guidance and, you know, you're caring and you got to show him the ropes and he's going to look up to you. Look, he's already looking up to you. I mean, it's because I'm really short, but he's looking up to you already. I tell Thimble to fly up and go and land on Bucket's shoulder.
Bucket has a mini me with wings on his shoulder.
Oh my god.
It offs its hat at you.
I'm picturing this as like the blob from Treasure Planet, but it looks like me right now.
Nice.
I say he, but he hasn't decided. They haven't decided yet. So,
Fair enough.
Yeah.
So,
Rivet's gonna just go around and use prestidigitation to get rid of any, like, I don't know, dirt or things that would fall off of everyone as we're trying to be sneaky and make sure that everyone's in the clear.
No problem. All right. So, who has the highest passive investigation?
I have 15.
15 as well.
Wow, Pinch.
14.
That's still. You guys are all pretty good though. Those
You'll
are some.
you'll grow into it, Pinch. Don't worry.
You guys are an investigatory lot. So yeah, you realize fairly easily that there's not a lot of ways into this museum. There's the very large double doors at the front, but who goes in through the front door? And then there's a pair of very large double doors in the back that seem to lead to where they bring in like goods and such before they would end up on the as part of a display or part of one of the presentations. So you decide to make your way back there. I need for everyone to please make investigation stealth checks. And the potions of invisibility give you advantage. This is a group check, so it's okay if one or two of you don't succeed, as long as you don't do horribly.
Got a 13.
17.
18.
13 with advantage?
Yeah, my other roll was a 4, so.
Oh, okay.
11.
All right.
Oh.
What'd you get, Andrew?
18.
Nice. Okay. So between Pinch and Rivet, Bucket and Pocket didn't do horribly bad. They're not like, screaming at the top of their lungs from stubbing a toe or something. But Rivet and Pinch kind of make up the slack here, shush people when necessary, that sort of thing, as you make your way to this back door. And conveniently well-timed, a guardsman steps out. A patrol person steps out from the door, and you see him pressing some tobacco into a pipe as if he's about to take a smoke break. And thanks to your invisibility, he has no idea that you're there, as Pinch just surreptitiously kind of holds the door open for a moment, and the rest of you kind of surge your way in. Now, for what it's worth, Pinch and Bucket, because everyone is invisible, you can't see your companions. But because of Pocket and Rivet's true sight, you can see your companions.
Yes, we can.
So the Rivet primarily, Pocket with a little bit of help added in, you are able to kind of ferry everyone through the various halls of the museum as you make your way past and through the various alcoves and hallways. This isn't an overly large space, as was described before. It's only a 3-story building, and the first 2 stories are basically one, as it's just extremely high vaulted ceilings and such. But Pocket knows that you're supposed to be headed down, that somewhere in this place there is a storage / kind of investigatory laboratory type space where identifications are made, restorations, workshop type thing that a museum might have for such endeavors. And you venture to make your way down to this space. It doesn't take you a great deal of effort, but it is worth noting that Rivet and Pocket, because of your true sight, you were able to see a number of magical scrying sensors floating through the space. Now, your invisibility coupled with the amulets mean that these sensors can't see you. However, you want to make sure that you get through that as quickly as you can, nonetheless. And you see that there are a couple of arcane guardians, basically large suits of armor that are given a sort of life, not like Bucket in any way, but like a pseudo semblance of consciousness that are standing guard at various places in the space, and you're only able to notice these things because all of you are adroit and skilled at what you do. Common person might not notice such things. Nonetheless, you do manage to make your way through the various halls until you find a fairly clearly labeled sign that indicates workshop. And you haven't figured out any other place to go, so you go and investigate. And sure enough, as you descend and make your way down, you feel more and more confident. Not sure how, you just kind of feel it in your bones. You feel more and more confident in your choice to navigate your way through. And you head downstairs into eventually finding a very large, cluttered space containing a vast array of tables and benches and desks and bookshelves and chests and crates and random things lying all over the place. And this has to be the space that you're looking for. And so now, bearing in mind that all of you are currently invisible, you need to tell me how it is that you're going to go about looking for these supposed masks that exist somewhere in this room.
Do we see any people or
No.
creatures or what have you? Okay.
No. The only living creatures that you saw were the handful of night shift guards in the space. And it seems like that they rely more on their arcane defenses in the form of the arcane defenders and the scrying sensors than anything else.
And is
With
there
the-
any of that stuff in this room?
No.
Okay.
Not in
Okay.
this space.
Rivet's going to bust out her mage hand
Okay.
and just sort of look to Pocket. Do we just start opening crates and stuff?
Well, unless anyone has a better idea.
I could detect magic, but I am guessing there is lots of that here.
Why didn't you lead with that?
Well, also it's worth mentioning if you cast a spell, your invisibility is going to disappear.
Hmm. Oh, does that mean mage hand too?
Yep.
Okay, I won't do that then.
Because
Well,
this
I
is
guess-
not greater invisibility that you possess. It's regular invisibility for 1 hour.
So I guess all we can do is start looking, right?
Hold
I
on,
can
I'm thinking.
search over there.
I'm thinking.
Yeah, I could just open some of those chests and see what's in.
Pocket.
Maybe we should look around for any kind of traps or any kind of anything that might trigger an alarm
Yeah,
to start.
that's a good idea.
Go ahead and give me an investigation check, Pinch.
I'll help.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
So you have
I'll take-
advantage on the check.
I'll take the help. Oh god, it's the same roll. It's a 3 plus 5 is 7.
3 plus 5 is 8, but
Oh my
that's
god.
still
3 plus 4, yeah, 7.
no, 3
sorry.
plus 4 is 7.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't see anything that would indicate trap to you. In all honesty, the place feels very, very cluttered. And when it's cluttered like this, it's really hard to set up like effective traps and wards and such. It's almost like there's a dozen or more people that come in and out of this space every single day, and like the complications of trying to work around those kinds of protective elements that you're looking for just don't make sense.
Well, Pocket, do you know anything about the history of these masks? Like, Would that help in trying to find the right chest or crate with any sort of insignia on it? Any languages? Anything like that?
Maybe. I'm going to peruse my store of historical information about these things. I do have Artificer's lore. And is there anything that I know, or?
Go ahead and give me a history check with advantage, please.
With advantage, so that's an 18 plus 7, so 25.
Nice. Yeah, so I will say that given the research that you had done in the couple of days leading up to the job, right?
Mm-hmm.
You tried to learn as much as you could about the masks. Unfortunately, there's not a lot to learn, right? But one of the things that you did learn is that they came in on a very, very small ship, some maybe week or not week, some like 3-4 weeks ago. And this very small ship was originally just a passenger ship, so it's very likely, or was, I should say, manifest was a passenger ship. So it's very likely that the items came through as part of personal possessions that someone would have on a passenger ship coming across the Sea of Entreskal. So that basically eliminates right off the bat some of these larger chests that you see in the space. And you can very clearly understand the masks are, you know that they're sized. Essentially, they were supposedly worn by people of importance in the royal family back in the days of Entreskal, before the Illuvants. So they are ridiculously old, but they're also the kinds of things that you would genuinely put on your face. So they can't be very big. So given those criteria, there's, several places that you could be looking, but you can pretty well effectively eliminate a decent number of the spaces that you would want to look through in this space, in the room.
Okay, so I'll relay this to my team here, and I will say, I guess the best thing we can do is, let's spread out and look for anything that looks like it might be personal belongings, and then check that out for masks. You'll recognize them, they're actual masks. I'll send off my homunculus to do some checking also, and we'll get to it. I guess there's no way but the old school way.
And at that moment, you
Alright.
see that Thimble and Bucket are like playing some kind of like, high five. We're making a secret handshake.
Oh my god.
It warms the heart, doesn't it?
Does. Really
Nice.
does.
Can't see anything.
With all the with all the info,
That's true.
Rivet will start looking around, I guess.
Pocket's just gonna start rummaging through or Pinch is just gonna start rummaging through things.
Yeah.
Okay. So, yeah, just pick a space in the room and start giving me investigation checks, please.
Nice.
Okay.
7.
22.
14.
Working on it. 13.
Okay. So I heard a 22. Who was that from?
That was from Rivet.
Okay, Rivet. As you are digging through the space, kind of sorting through, you find so many things that even Rivet's lack of fencing skill would know are worth a shit ton of money. If you had that bag of holding that you guys had popped in that shop, you probably would have been able to walk in and out of here with quite a number of really amazing, potentially very, very valuable loot. But you don't have it, and so far you haven't really found any masks that you're looking for. However, you do find, tucked away on one of the bookshelves, kind of, to the south of where your character is now, on one of the shelves there, you find a ledger of items getting checked in and checked out. And you very quickly scan through it for keyword masks, right? And you do in fact see an entry for masks, and you see a number beside of it, a letter and a number. The letter is H and the number is 31 labeled beside it.
Okay, guys, it looks like we're looking for something marked H31. I found a ledger, so I guess keep your eyes peeled for that.
What does an H look like?
Oh, buddy.
31?
Okay. It's like two straight lines that are connected with a line in the middle. Okay, and then a 3. You know what? Just ooh.
Oh, a 3
Whoa,
looks like a
Two
butt.
circles.
A 3 looks like a butt.
It does.
I'll put on my little ring and I'll draw an H on the table.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you.
That's an H.
Pocket, if you can do that, why have you not taught Pinch how to read and write?
As a means of control.
Shut up. All of you just shut up and look for the freaking masks, all right?
I just don't get why people do it. You can just talk to people.
It should be Pinch's parents' job to do that, all right? I'm just like the cool uncle who takes Pinch out on like fun, little errands and, like...
Illegal excursions, yes.
Let's not, make the Youth Protection Agency's job any easier for them, all right? Like, I'm just a cool uncle. Let's just leave it at that.
Well, okay.
Alrighty
So,
then.
yeah, so
And on that note,
I'll tell the homunculus, H31, buddy. You can do it. Go for it, Thimble. Show
okay.
us what you can do.
I guess I need to give your homunculus like a token, huh?
Just a tiny little bucket.
Don't really have anything great for that. So we're gonna do this little hat.
Oh,
Oh, it's so cute.
This little hat is your homunculus. Yeah. So as you guys are investigating now, you have a target. You're looking for something with some kind of a label for H31. And Pocket, given your understanding of these sorts of things, particularly organizational systems and labeling and whatnot, you fairly easily notice that almost everything in here has a tag on it, whether it is a shelf or a box or an actual artifact. It has this little tiny paper tag with a little tiny bit of twine kind of wrapped through a hole and attached to whatever it is that it's touching. And on those things are letter and number indicators. So you start digging through looking for a tag for H31. And all of you end up, like, you guys spend a good 10 minutes in here. There's just so much crap in this space until eventually okay, ironically enough, eventually
no way.
what was the little mini thimble?
Yep.
Thimble makes an excited squealing sound because it can't talk, right? Or it can communicate with you telepathically, I think.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So it makes a squealing sound and is jumping up and down. And in your head, Pocket, Thimble informs you, I found H31. I found H31. It's over here. I found it. 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 I found it.
Got it.
And so,
Vault over the table and head over.
yeah. And I'm assuming the rest of you are moving
Oh yeah.
over as well.
Is
I'm gonna be like, Bucket, watch the door, would you?
Yes, my pocket.
And so, next to Thimble, there's this exceedingly large urn. You're not exactly sure. It's shaped like an urn. It's on a pedestal. It has a couple of interesting cords kind of running underneath of it. I need for Pocket to please make an artificer check. I'm going to call this intelligence plus proficiency bonus.
I got a 19 plus 5, so 24 plus 2, so 26.
Damn. Nice.
You are.
So you actually recognize this urn. It's not really an urn. It is a device that is generally used to suppress magic. So it's the kind of thing you would put something into if you believed it possessed magic that you didn't want to get out. So like a cursed item might get put inside of it to dispel the curse. And so it just needs to sit inside of, whatever it needs to sit in long enough for the dispelling to effectively neutralize whatever harmful magics an item might possess.
I think this is it, but it's in this magic dampening thing. On one hand, that's not good news because it means that whatever's in there is probably fairly wonky, but on the other hand, you kind of need to open it to make sure that it's what we want.
Rivet does recall from looking at the ledger that if the timestamp that is on the ledger is accurate to being placed inside of this thing, it means that it's been in here for basically 3 days.
Okay. I will relay that information.
And what does that tell me? Sorry.
Yeah, it's probably long enough to get rid of any foul magic or whatever.
3 days? Plenty of time. All right, we're good. How do you open this?
It's fairly large, right? It's got a door on one side of it that Pocket is easily able to reach over and open up. And as you open up,
Hold on. Before I open it, I hold it up and I go, guys, this is it. We've earned this.
Let's see.
Yeah.
Psychic damage.
And then I open it.
So as you open up the urn, standing inside of the urn on a triple-pointed pedestal, you see 3 luxurious, beautiful masks made of some kind of leather and metal and almost bone, but it's not quite like bone. It's like something you carve to make it look like bone, with intricate designs, and they're just gorgeous as they sit inside of the urn. And as they're sitting, pardon?
Oi, Gavalt.
As they are sitting there, they almost, despite having empty voids where eyes would be, they almost seem to be looking out at all of you, as for those of you that are gathered around, and you feel just shaken, like in awe of how wondrous they look.
These are incredible.
Right, what did I tell you?
Absolutely
Frankly,
worthless.
I didn't believe that they existed, but
What do you mean you didn't believe they existed? Of course, they're right. We're
You know, Pocket, you finally did something right.
I found something else that we're going to change in your programming, but that's for later. We're set. We're set, guys. Our dreams are about to come true.
So, do we just leave now?
Yeah, unless you want to be here when the come in the morning and
Nope.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
So who reaches out and takes a mask? Because they're still sitting in the urn. You haven't actually taken any of them yet.
I'll take one.
Okay. As Rivet reaches in, which mask does she grab?
Oh.
One of them appears kind of an azure blue green. Another one has notes of lavender and pink pearlescence. And then the third is this almost fiery combination of orange and red.
Yeah, the orange and red one for sure.
Okay. So Rivet reaches in, grabs the orange and red one, lifts it up. It feels very solid in her hand, and there's a little bit of weight to it as well. I mean, it's intricate, and the craftsmanship on it is perfect in every way. And as she pulls it closer to her and holds it in her hands, all of you hear this growling noise. And instinctively, you look over at Pinch. But even Pinch is knows definitively that it's not coming from her stomach. Not this time, anyway. And as you're standing there, the growling noise kind of gets louder and louder, and you hear this booming voice kind of echo against all of the walls of the room, and some creature, some being screams out, "No!" And appearing basically in, right next to Rivet, a large being, an immensely large being of magical energy just manifests in the room, seemingly created from pure magic and arcane energy, ripping into the space as if they had existed there all along, materializing next to you. This being, standing a good 10-12 feet tall, dominates over all of you, particularly Rivet and Pocket, who are standing right next to it, and it seems to see you, Rivet. It's looking at you and knows that you are there. I need for everybody to roll initiative, please.
Time for a new plan.
Giddy up.
I mean...
You had to touch the mask, didn't you?
What? Were we gonna just leave him? Oh my goodness.
This is what we came here for.
I was gonna take the urn.
It's... Oh, God.
For what it's worth, the urn is larger than Rivet. You wouldn't have been able to take the urn.
Hmm.
Well, I had
So
something,
there.
but maybe.
That's an 11 for me.
What did Pocket get? I have everybody else's initiative.
16.
So, we begin with Pinch. Pinch, as you stand here, not 15 feet away from this creature that has appeared and seems to be looking down, you don't know, in fact, that it's looking at Rivet, because Rivet is invisible to you, but it seems to be dominating over someone, and you know that your companions were in the proximity.
Pinch will just hide behind this table that's right here, and from her hand she will manifest a psychic blade, and throw it as hard as she can at this giant creature that just appeared.
Okay. You do have advantage on the check because you are invisible, but your invisibility does fade.
Okay. So at 21 to hit.
21 hits.
5. And then do I get my sneak attack as well?
You do.
Nice.
5 plus 7, 12 points of damage.
All right. And do you get any like bonus psychic stuff or anything from your psychic blade?
I don't think so.
All right. So
I could
what
do
is
another. I could do another attack, but I think I used my bonus action to hide, or I will use my bonus action to hide.
Okay, sure enough. Yeah, so what does this manifested psychic blade look like?
It's a baguette.
Day old, at least.
It's rock hard.
Okay. This baguette, seemingly made of arcane energy, just flies through the air, cutting into the side of this beast. You see a gash appear on its side and a burst of bluish and purple arcane energy ripple out from the gash. It doesn't turn to look at you, so you are able to do a hide check if you would like.
17.
Nice. And are you going to stay there, or are you going to perhaps move over like behind one of the bookshelves or something like that? If you moved behind a bookshelf, you would have basically total cover.
Yeah, sure. That sounds good.
Okay. All right. That brings us to Pocket.
I'm going to. I am invisible still, right?
Yep.
All right. I'm going to use my action to send a message to Bucket saying, "Bucket, combat protocol stat."
I mean, you could
Yes,
just
my
yell
Pocket.
that, and it wouldn't cost you an action.
I don't want to lose my invisibility.
Well, you're going to lose your invisibility if you use message.
I hadn't thought of it that way. So I yell out, "Bucket, combat protocol stat." I'm going to use my bonus action to click my heels so I can get a double movement.
You want to grab a mask while you're standing there?
Yeah, I'm going to grab
Which one? The blue or
probably
the
the
pink?
purple one since my
Oh yeah, the pink
matches
purple.
my my jacket. So I'm going to grab that. I'm going to look over my shoulder at my homunculus and go, "Grab the other one."
Your homunculus wouldn't be able to carry it.
Okay, I'm gonna grab it. Okay, so here's the deal. I'm gonna grab it,
Mhm.
and I'm gonna yell, at Bucket. Bucket, catch! Yeah, I'm gonna just tell Bucket to get ready, and I'm gonna grab the thing. And can I get out?
You wouldn't necessarily be able to throw it to Bucket.
No, I'm not gonna throw it. I'm gonna keep it. I just I want to know now if I can move out of here without engendering a attack of opportunity. Is what I'm.
Well, as soon as you grab the mask, it turns to look at you as if...
Oh.
Made that too big. As if it can see you now. And your invisibility doesn't matter whilst you possess the mask.
Okay. All right. I just don't want to get slaughtered. Man, oh man, oh man. All right. So I'm going to grab the mask. And I am going to... Hold on, I just need to double check something. Yeah, I'm going to grab the mask. I'm going to click my boots, spend my bonus action to click my boots.
Mm-hmm.
Mask in one arm. I'm going to draw my crossbow in the other, and I'm going to 2, 3. I'm gonna get out of here, so I don't know if he wants to take an attack of opportunity. He can.
Sure. Actually, he hasn't gone yet. He doesn't have an opportunity attack.
Alright.
He doesn't have a reaction yet.
So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's my movement, double 25 feet. Which I have to stop here. Alright, so I will stop there and I will turn around and I will cast or use, or an infusion is just something I can do. I don't need to like be out of combat or anything like that.
It depends on what the infusion is.
I'm sorry, guys. I know I'm.
No, this is fine.
First time
Sorry.
artificer, man. It's all good.
Heck yeah.
It's like, what the hell's going on? I was going to use. Repeating shot, so a simple immersive weapon with the ammunition property. Magic weapon gets +1 bonus attack and damage rolls. May when it's used to make a ranged attack, ignores the loading property. If it has it, if you load an ammunition weapon, it produces its own automatically creating the ammunition created by the weapon vanishes the instant after it hits.
Oh yeah, that's something you would have set up in advance. So yeah, your crossbow is automatically reloading. You don't have to use a bonus action to reload it. And you have all those effects. So you can just go ahead and shoot if you want to shoot.
I will do that. And I will get a would you? Sorry, my computer's not cooperating with me. Dirty 20.
Dirty 20 hits.
All right. I don't know if it's going to do much. It does 7 + 3, so 10 damage.
Nice. So yeah, you pierce the bolt into it. You see a gout of magical energy kind of rip out of the hole that forms in its form as the bolt flies through it. Hard to tell if you're injuring it or not, but like you get the sense that if it was flesh, it would be wounded.
All right.
And that brings us to Bucket.
All right. So Bucket. 1, 2, 6. Yeah.
Sure.
And this is a short table, right? Like I could cast a spell and it would go over.
Oh yeah,
that.
yeah. This
Okay,
thing is
cool.
also 12 feet tall.
I figured, but it doesn't hurt to ask. And so there's so many things I want to do right now. Let's start with what's the range on that? Yeah, I guess we're gonna start with a witch bolt right now.
Nice.
Yes.
You have to roll an attack roll to hit, right?
Yeah. 22.
That will definitely hit.
Sweet. So I get to do 1d12 of lightning damage. Pacha!
Rip it.
Ripping it good with a 10.
Nice.
Pew! And
So
as
now-
I take the shot, I say, combat protocol activated.
Nice.
I like it.
Yeah, and so as you do that, you have to concentrate on that, right?
Yep.
Okay. So yeah, as you do that, you feel the effects of the spell take hold. It definitely, from your perspective, harms the entity because you feel your concentration on the spell holding. So you can do that again in future rounds.
Yeah, buddy.
And is that it for you this turn?
I guess I'm gonna address Pocket. Do you require me to take a mask?
Yeah, well, let's try to get out of here. So, yeah.
Sweet. Yes, Pocket. And then I'm good.
Okay. So Pocket is still holding onto the mask, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So Pocket is holding onto the mask. It is now the creature's turn. So the creature seems to be very much focused on Rivet and Pocket at this point, and so it extends one of its clawed arms and reaches down as if to swipe at Pocket first. Does a 19 hit you?
I would normally.
I'm sorry, I said Pocket. I meant Rivet.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
This is
yes,
with
it
its
does
hand.
hit me.
Okay.
Yes.
I need for you to make a Wisdom saving throw, please.
Okay. That's an 8.
Ugh.
Okay. As this thing's hand reaches down at you, you flinch as it is about to connect with you, and then you feel nothing. And in that moment, you find yourself not standing in this room. Instead, you find yourself standing in a void of nothingness. Red and orange light kind of swirls around you. There is no form. You can't see yourself. Your true sight at this point is long gone, and you have no idea where you are. However, as time seems to pass ever so slowly for you, appearing out of this red and yellow, you see a face. You see two hollow orbs for eyes. And the face, without moving, you hear a voice emanating from it that says, "I can save you."
Who are you?
One of the princes.
And you can save me?
Yes. It's trivial.
How?
All you have to do is don the mask.
Will that allow me to defeat whatever that is?
They won't matter.
Will it help protect my friends?
Of course.
Okay. Okay. And she'll put the mask on.
Still floating in this space, she looks down at her hands, and appearing in her hands is the red and yellow mask, or red and orange mask. And formed in her hands as if to place it upon her face, she reaches up and places it on. And as she does so, she immediately returns back to the museum room, her body in agony as she takes 14 points of damage from the swing. And she's writhing in pain at the moment. You can only take right now an action or a bonus action or a movement on your turn. You cannot do any combination of any of them as you feel this agony inside of you. The mask in your hands, though. And then it unleashes a chromatic bolt at, this time, actually, at Pocket. And so that is a, 26 to hit?
Yeah.
Man, it gets
Yeah.
around me, huh?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. It hits. Yes.
Okay. You take 19 points of cold damage from this bolt.
Pockets inside out.
As this cold energy bursts into your shoulder, you feel your entire body just stiffening up with pain and just seizing almost from the agony of it. And in that moment, as the ice kind of rolls up your face. It kind of stops your head from moving, and you can feel it crawling, kind of like ice glazing over glass. It obscures your vision, and as it obscures your vision, you see a swirling energy of purple in front of your eyes. And peering almost translucent in the space in front of you, everything else shut out from your perceptions, you hear a voice in your head. That won't do. That won't do at all. If you perish, what will happen to me?
I don't know. Who are you?
I am the prince. Did you not know?
No, what?
So much time has passed. We are forgotten. Well, that's all right. I should
I'm
save
dying
you.
over here, buddy.
Well, I can save you. All you have to do is don the mask.
But that sounds like a shady proposition.
Well, it's either that or we both perish.
I look around the room. I'm like,
You
at
don't
5 hit
don't
points.
see the
I don't
room.
see anything here. Oh, I had 5 hit points.
You don't
I
see
think
the
about
room. You don't see anything
know.
except for this purple and pink
Well, in my mind's
aura.
eye, I think of Bucket and poor Thimble, who just began his life today. Think of poor Pinch and Pinch's parents, who will never see their young little daughter grow old and go to school and make normal friends, and Then I think of Rivet, who tried to steal my girlfriend earlier, and I hesitate, but then I'm like, all right, fine, get us out of this mess, and we'll talk about it. And I put on the mask.
Okay. As you, in your mind, put on the mask, you come back to the space, the ice kind of crusting off of your body, still horrifyingly injured. You hold the mask in your hands, looking down at it. It is now Rivet's turn.
Okay.
Does Pocket have the same, can only do one thing his next turn?
Yes.
Okay. So I get
Oh.
one thing.
Choose wisely.
Do you wish to put on
Okay.
the mask?
Oh, I'm not wearing it out
You're
here?
not wearing the mask. Putting on the mask was symbolic in your mind. You're still physically holding it in your hand.
Oh, yeah, I've already given in to the idea of wearing the mask.
Okay.
I've already sold
Yeah.
my soul.
So Rivet ascends the mask up to her face. As soon as it comes into contact with her skin, there is no strap, there is no fasteners, nothing. It just magically locks in place upon Rivet's skin. I need for Rivet to please do me a favor and make a charisma saving throw.
Oh.
Big money. 24.
Yeah.
Nice. So, as Rivet places on the mask, all pain disappears. She is automatically restored to full hit points. She feels better than she has ever felt in her life. It's as if she had just, in fact, gotten a long rest.
Who'd have thunk?
Yeah. And as she looks up at this entity in front of her, she somehow knows that this entity has been tormenting her for centuries. She feels nothing but contempt and hatred for this creature. And you can do any action that you like.
Okay.
Woof.
I
You got it.
God. Okay, I'm going to look at this. Just this thing, and with the just anger and hate in my heart, I'm going to cast Shatter
Okay.
on it.
So go ahead and roll your damage.
Okay.
Shatter up. Like if you cast Shatter at a higher level, it does more damage, right?
Maybe, but I only have it at second level.
Right. That's not what I'm asking. What is its upscale ratio?
Okay. The damage increases by 1d8 for each slot level above second.
Okay, and what's its base damage?
The base damage is 3d8.
So roll 10d8, please.
Oh, Jesus.
What?
I've never rolled so many dice.
You said
It's like
10.
you're playing Shadowrun with D8s.
Yeah,
10.
10d8.
Oh, yeah, I should run. I guess I
10d8.
have.
That is 51 points of damage.
Nice. So all of you see, because you've seen Rivet use this spell before. This is like a tried and true damage potential spell that Rivet has done many times over. You like hold up, your fingers to your ears, waiting for the boom to hit, and the thunderous cacophony of magical energy that erupts in the space causes all of you to go blind for half a second, and there's still a ringing in your ears as this boom ascends from the heavens upon this creature and just tears into its form, causing some significant damage but not ending its life. And there's like cracks in the ground. Everything that was in the vicinity is just tossed to the sides. The desk that was sitting there is now like half of a desk. There's a giant chunk missing out of the crate that is next to it. And there stands Rivet, holding up her hand with like crackles of arcane energy rippling between her fingertips. Would you like to do anything else, Beth?
Yes, I would like to do more. Yes, I would like to look over at Pocket, who is not yet donning the mask but has one.
Correct.
And I'm going to speak in a way that kind of like it's got a melody to it, almost like my singing voice, but it's kind of just like this echoing sound. And I will use, I guess, a bonus action to give you bardic inspiration. So you've got a d6. And
Okay. So
yeah.
you don't have a d6 bardic inspiration. You have a d12.
Incredible.
Nice.
And I
Is there anything else that you would like to do, Rivet, as you seem to have complete command and control of everything in the universe at the moment?
Oh my
Yeah.
god.
In your
Yeah.
universe, anyway.
Where's the third mask?
It's still sitting inside of the urn.
Yeah, okay, I'm gonna take that
Okay.
and I'm going to walk
As
it
you
over.
as you reach your hand out to take it, it just lifts off of its pedestal and floats over to your hand and is now floating in the space above your hand.
So I have it floating, and I will just sort of I'll step back from this creature just a little bit, but I will send the mask right over to Pinch.
Okay. As you
Yeah.
step back for a little bit, the creature in front of you just kind of rips an arm out, howling in agony towards you, and you just kind of sidestep out of the way of it.
Yeah.
The mask in like a frisbee arc floats around the room and is now floating in the space above Pinch's hands.
Ugh.
Okay.
Pinch is gonna eat it.
Oh no.
It is some kind of leather or something.
It's protein.
Okay. Yeah, so that will bring us to Pocket.
I will.
Oh, no, I'm sorry. It brings us to Pinch. Pinch's first act.
I will take the mask out of the air.
As you clutch the mask in your hand, you nothing changes for you visually, but in your mind, you hear a voice that says, "Oh, my darling, I am hungry as well. I understand your hunger. I know it. Like a brother, it has tormented me my whole existence. We could end that hunger together."
Let's eat.
No.
Put on the mask.
As you don the mask, much like how Rivet donned it, it just adheres to your face magically, and inherently you can feel this rippling amount of immense divine power flowing through you. What would you like to do?
I honestly don't know. It's terrifying.
Do you wish to try to resist the mask?
No. I wish I had some way to help Pocket.
Okay. You step a few feet out to the side, come up behind Pocket. You reach out a hand, and as your hand touches Pocket, all of your wounds are instantly gone. You feel a course of energy run through you, unlike anything you have ever felt in your life. You've been healed by, occasional healing magic and drank the iron-tasting potions of healing potions before, and it's always been painful or distasteful or vile. And this feels like pure bliss running through your form. What else would you like to do, Pinch?
I don't know, man. It's too much power.
This is where you dream. You dream big.
I just want to eat.
As you stand there, manifesting seemingly out of nothing, is the most perfect slice of chocolate cake that you have ever seen in your life. Appearing underneath of this chocolate cake is the most pristine crystalline plate and a fork made of gold filigreed crystal adorns next to it. And you just start eating the cake. And it is the most succulent, blissful thing you have ever eaten in your existence.
Oh my god.
Pocket, it is your turn.
I don the mask.
As the mask comes up to your face, that same sensation of blissful energy that had just healed you seemingly from Pinch's touch courses through you once again, and in an instant, you understand everything. There is no secret. There is no artifice. There is no arcana that is unknown to you any longer. You have seemingly been holding yourself back for decades. And now there is nothing to hold you back. You know it all. And as you look over, this is spur of the moment, but as you look over at Thimble you see Thimble grow to the size of the arcane creature that you somehow, for some reason, seem to possess a vile hatred for. And it looks at the arcane creature, and it looks back at you. This insanely large version of Bucket with enormous wings knocking things over in the room stands there waiting for your command.
Well, I am an artificer, and as such, I am endlessly curious about how things work. And so the first thing I will do is look at what is now Little Bucket in front of me and go, "You're still my favorite." And then I will look at Little Bucket and I will say, "Reverse engineer that thing."
The Little Bucket reaches out both of its arms and tears into this arcane energy that is this thing's flesh. Both of its hands disappear inside of the creature. You hear this unearthly, ungodly wail emanate from this creature, and then it just thrusts its arms to the side, and fragments of this thing's arcane energy scatter throughout the room, and anything that they physically come into contact with sizzles with arcane rippling energy at the contact before it vanishes into nothingness, leaving only the scars left behind from the arcane energy. And there you stand, my friends, wearing your masks, all except Little Bucket.
We seem to be made to suffer. It's our lot in life.
I will turn to Bucket and I will say, "Have you figured out what your dream is?"
Well, I did reflect, and in my latest century's rest, I did recall a vague memory from my time before you reactivated me, my pocket, and I have recalled an image that my maker was destroyed by a six-fingered man. I would like to know more about this six-fingered man and my maker. That is my dream.
Well, time to do some reprogramming. And I don't know if this is at all anything that Pocket can do with his newfound power, but I will attempt to reprogram Bucket so that Bucket knows everything there is to know about the six-fingered man.
You beckon Bucket to kneel down, because despite Bucket's short height, they are still taller than you. And you reach up and place a single fingertip on the center of Bucket's forehead. Bucket instantly goes unconscious. And you know definitively after Bucket collapses to the ground that you have given them their wish.
I look at the other two, Rivet and Pinch. Do they look any different to me now?
They are your brothers. You know them well.
My brethren, it appears we have found our way back. This world, it seems, has changed. Perhaps it's not even the same world. Perhaps it is time. This world, which seems to have forgotten about us, remembers who we are. Shall we?
Let's go.
As Pinch is just eating the chocolate cake.
I will look at Thimble.
Wipes her lips with her handkerchief, drops the handkerchief.
I will look at Thimble and say, and point at Bucket that's on the ground. When this one awakens, you will assist them. You will follow them. You will give him companionship. and you will give them obedience.
They nod, and they shrink back down to their tiny form and go over and just place a hand on Big Bucket, the large Bucket's shoulder.
And then I will extend a hand and go, brothers.
You all clasp hands with each other. And what happens next, Christian?
I will, I think, teleport us out of here.
A swirling burst of arcane energy erupts amongst the three of you, and you evaporate from the room as if you had never existed in the space whatsoever. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is where our story ends today.
Bum, bum, bum.
Incredible.
Holy
The
cow.
story of what comes next, you'll have to wait a little bit for, as that won't begin until the end of July. But until then, I will leave you with this little taste, as sometime later, without knowing definitively in the moment how much time passes, Bucket awakens, finding themselves in a jail cell with a little tiny version of themselves sitting upon their shoulder with no idea what happened after they fell asleep or how they got there.
And in closing, we do our secret handshake, and I say, time to meet our maker.
Nice. Love
Wow.
it. Thank you much, everyone, for sticking through us here. This story was amazing. These players are amazing. I could not hope for a better outcome. That was wonderful. I am seriously, from the bottom of my heart, that was amazing. I love all of you guys. Let's go around the room and say a little bit about ourselves, please. Andrew, would you like to kick us off and tell everybody who you are and where you can be found on these vast interwebs?
Yeah, I am Andrew, a human person, and I played Pinch, a halfling rogue who's actually 17 years old.
Not anymore.
Yeah, not anymore. They are an ancient man now. You can find me on my socials at Andrew Neon RPG across Twitter, TikTok, Instagram, and now Threads. Yeah, I'm happy to be here. Thanks for having me.
Couldn't have asked for anyone better. Let's keep it going. And Annika, could you please tell everyone who you are and where you can be found on these vast interwebs?
Yeah, so my name is Annika, and tonight I played Bucket and enjoyed it very much so. And if you want to talk to me more about nerdy things, I can be found on most socials as Anine Wonders. So get at me. Let's talk shop.
Indeed. Beth, you're usually
Yes.
here, I think.
I'm here a lot. You can find me in this very chair very often. You can find me on social media at Beth Masco, and we've got some fun stuff that I'll be participating in coming up. There's a thing that Bleak is hosting that I'll let you talk about, but that's going to be fun. Also, coming up on the 18th, we have a D&D 5th edition Barbie crossover coming, and it's going to be something special. So, in preparation for the release of the Barbie movie on the 21st, we're doing it D&D style. Super excited for that. I tonight played Gwendolyn Trello, also known as Rivet, the former circus performer / really crummy criminal. And I'm very, very curious to see what goes on with this.
So am I. I can't wait. Christian, You got a
Yes,
lot of
hi.
shit going on.
I got everything is going on. I am the Bleakseason on the Twitters and just about everywhere else. I do have, as Beth was saying, Mouse Guard game, a couple of episodes of Mouse Guard starting on Monday on my channel, the Bleakseason on Twitch with Beth and a bunch of other great players. So it's going to be fun. A couple sessions of Mouse Guard. On Tuesdays, I can always be found at Guild Superior playing Greyhawk, Uncle Dave's Greyhawk game, and on Thursday at Guild Superior, also I'm running Shadowrun right now for a couple more weeks, which Miko is in.
Yes, indeed.
And on Fridays, I can be found on the La Notte Eterna channel with my good friend Kevin and a bunch of great people playing a game over there. So super busy these days, but you know, always time for some more. This was a lot of fun. Glad to have finally played on Wanderer's Haven. Always fun to play in Ysterra. Miko, a lot of fun. And Beth, Annika, and Andrew, you were absolutely amazing and so much fun to play with. So thank you so much for the invite and for the great game.
Yeah, I cannot agree more with all of that sentiment. You guys are amazing role players. I love having all of you at my table. You can do so anytime that you like. I have been Miko, otherwise known as the OK's GM. You can find all kinds of information about me at my Linktree or on my Twitter at @the_OKest_GM. And also on like Thread and the various places now, because there's too many social media things to keep track of. And yeah, you can find me here on Wanderer's Haven. I'm on the production team here. I do guest on other channels and such, like the Shadowrun thing that Christian just mentioned, and I love doing so every chance that I get. We have some pretty awesome stuff coming up here on the channel, including, as Beth just mentioned, some pink funness in the future. We also have Street Wolves coming up tomorrow.
Yes.
That's going to have Kevin and Jeremy and some other awesome folks participating in that. What's the name of that? We get to play, right? We get to play. Yeah. That's our monthly-ish, sometimes more than once a month thing, where we just play random games that we want to play. And Street Wolves is tomorrow, and it's going to be awesome. We also have, I think it's a solo game coming up, Librarian's Apprentice, that Kevin's going to be doing. That should be on Tuesday, if I recall. And then on Wednesday is my Ysterra game. Again, this entire Ysterra thing is a homebrew, made-up world of my own creation. Find the links for that in my link tree if you're at all interested in any of that cool stuff, or you can just go to ysterra.theoksgm.com. The Wednesday game right now, we've got 2 episodes left of Etrusca's Requiem, which is a historical arc that Beth is in that has been fucking phenomenal.
It's awesome.
And then after that wraps up will be the next arc of Ysterra. Pay attention to the socials, because it's going to be based on everything that we just got done playing here. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to doing that. Again, thank you so much to all of my wonderful players at this virtual table. It has been amazing. We are going to raid here over to a good friend of ours, Fuzka. They are doing awesome things in the D&D space, and we love them, so give them a shout out in chat when you get there, and we shall see all of you again soon. Bye.